Right, hello and welcome to the RT Oireachtas, the first session of the 31st Oireachtas. We'll be starting with the national anthem. Right, hello and welcome to the 31st. Oh, I'm not sure if it's just gonna. Okay, welcome to the 31st Oireachtas. Well, we're here with a coalition between the Social Democrats and the Labour Party. This was between the Taoiseach and, the Taoiseach in waiting, Noah. Epic. Sorry, I need to read his full name now. Epic Noah 1358, joined by his Taoiseach, Oisin. I'm not going to try and pronounce the last name because I don't have any of my Irish people here. But today we have quite the session ahead of us. Obviously, this is the nominations of an Taoiseach, so we will be seeing who becomes the Taoiseach of our nation in today's session. Now, it's usual that the Taoiseach in waiting becomes Taoiseach because, we find that already having an ejection, I believe. But yes, you find it often that the Taoiseach in waiting becomes the actual Taoiseach. I don't think we've ever had it where a Taoiseach has failed Taoiseach nominations. Lots of Taoiseach in that sentence. However, Jessie Clark Moore. Oh. Yeah, Jessie Clark Moore. She is running for Cian Corla, a position I believe she's previously held. I believe that will be the first item on the agenda today. But in her place, Neve Clark, Stan. In the place of presiding officer, Neve stands there. Now, I don't think we have anyone for Lash Cairncorla. I know about the Cathaoirleach elections. We have First Will Before, who was previously planning to run as Cairncorla, has now gone to run in the Shannon as Cathaoirleach, following Mr. Sunday. And then you also have True Donald, who is seeking Lash Cathaoirleach. I really feel like I'm pronouncing that wrong. Anyway, who will also, which both from the Social Democrats and Fianna Fáil. And I've just remembered, we do actually have a nomination for Lash Cairncorla. I believe their name is... So I just want to make sure I'm saying the right person. I believe it's... What are you looking at, Per? I'm just going to quickly take a look because it is here somewhere. Yeah, what do you looking at, Per? As nomination for Lash Cairncorla. They're both from the Green Parties, both nominations. We now have Huey, or actually he changed his name, didn't he? Completely forgotten it now. If you give me just a moment here. Francis, something like Francis. He's now rising. It's a point of order, I would assume, about checkmail every day's ejection only moments prior. I believe this was made in the fact that checkmail was on an alternative account instead of using his actual checkmail everyday account, which I believe they might try to be phasing out because sometimes you did have alts in, but He's now clarifying that the Standing Orders 44 is for conduct that is grossly disordered. I think he's trying to make the presiding officer consider using one of the other permissions given to her by the Standing Orders. He finishes, whenever one is not in the group, it has usually not constituted that, and they have not been allowed to rejoin the chamber. I do not know if that will continue under this presiding officer, another set of presidents, something like that. Oh, we have Killian Clark here. I'm not sure if that's the actual one or the one owned by Oscar. Oh, no, wrong one. Oh, no, it isn't the one owned by Killian. It is the one owned by Killian. We now have the nominations for Kian Caller. I love saying Kian Caller. It's a very nice word. Rolls off the tongue easily. Again, I'm probably offending a bunch of people with my pronunciation, but we're already getting tags into the session. I hope that doesn't set a precedent for... Okay, we have Jessie, former Taoiseach. I must assume she was very recently a clerk before becoming a dual member or a Doyle. She may become one of the many Kian callers that we have had. If we quickly look past, we have had quite a considerable amount. However, she is going to a speech, so I will make sure to zoom in that for all of you. Notably, one of the people, Killian Clark, right there. We also have Lynette, two former presidents. We also have Victoria, who's a former Cahill. So Jessie begins. As some of you may know, I have do re mi fa served in this chamber for over 3 years now. I have read the standing orders, unlike some, and then eyeballs. She says she will serve impartially and with the will of the Lord. She now resumes her seat. A very short speech, but getting to the point quite simply and quickly. I believe Neve will now... I'm not sure if these nominations get debated on. I'm not really familiar with the dual standing orders. The question is now being presented that Skog, who is the only valid candidate, be made Kian Caller. Now, we already have a tar, or a yes, from the government benches, so I think it's very clear how the whip will be going on that. 3 members who are sitting in the duel. So I'm just going to quickly get rid of that. The duel has now been frozen as the numbers are counted. So, I mean, from what we can assume, the government is agreeing with this, which is... It's not odd, because usually the government follows the same whip. However, previously, in the previous government, we saw the same coalition, Social Democrats and the Labour Party, disagree on the Kian Caller and propose both of them. Now, unfortunately, I won't be able to speak on my opinions on that, because I'm a Social Democrat. Probably get told off and called and called partisan. So, however, results are now being read. I will quickly mention the attendance of some of these government benches. They are very lucky that a lot of the opposition hasn't turned up, because I'm not even sure if they have a majority on their own. If I just quickly count, there is nine members of the government duel in attendance today. Oh no, never mind. We now have 10, but it's not just very shy of the majority they should have. 12 voted yes, but again, they are lucky that a lot of the opposition hasn't showed up, and usually you don't find that enough of the opposition turn up to overpower the majority of the government. Now, unopposed and duly elected, she is called to the chair to do the constitutionally. I've been asked whether I learned to count. Well, obviously, I learned how to count from Trinity Dublin College, which I believe all of you should sign courses for. I mean, I don't think they're open right now, but anywho, I believe after this session, and now I don't know, but I'm pretty familiar. I think that after this session, the government, if they may become Taoiseach, the government will meet with the president to get their what they called stamps, something like that. But yes, now we are having the oath being recited by the voted in Kian Korla. Now, this is an oath that ties back to the Constitution. Again, it's an oath I always talk about because it is quite an important oath. It's an oath to, keep the impartiality and the smooth running of the chamber, the Dáil, which is arguably one of the most important entities within Ireland. Maybe not fully, but they do hold a lot of power in obviously making the laws and also having an Taoiseach there. Seals of office, I apologise. Yeah, I always get confused because they are like usually presented in a stamp way. But we now have Skog. I'm gonna call her Jessie. So I've forgot her name for quite a while there. Jessie is now the Kian caller. I think the first time for herself. Again, I keep looking back, and I swear she's on the spreadsheet somewhere, but maybe I am wrong. We now move to the Lashkian caller elections. The member is not present today, unfortunately. So, just quickly. The only nominated deputy is not currently in the chamber, but I do believe their nomination may still be voted on. Yep, Jesse has said that a vote will still be had. Now, oh, I believe Bo was trying to propose a motion. Just currently waiting for something to happen here. Is that the president on the phone? Oh, maybe he isn't.
My motorcade, can you hear me? I'm on the way.
Oh, you're on your way to the Dáil?
The studios. I was just
Oh,
in the doll.
oh right, I see. Very nice to see you there, by the way.
Thank you. I saw many smart, intelligent people were in the game, and then I checked the time and I realized that the doll is performing its duty and nominating a new Taoiseach.
Yeah, and that I believe you'll be receiving them sometime this week. Usually tonight, I would assume.
Typically, it is tonight between 9 o'clock and 10 o'clock. Lately, um, Taoiseach votes have become a lot less performative and more tense. So they've happened at 10 o'clock more often than the doll has quite literally kept me up later than usual because of how long the votes take nowadays. But this should be a relatively um, stable coalition in terms of numbers. So I suspect, I've been wrong on this before, but I suspect they will have it done quickly if their TDs are tabbed in.
I mean, I would hope so. The government today hasn't had the best attendance. I mean, they've still got quite a few people in attendance, but it's a lot less than you would expect from a government, especially on their first day. But could you tell us more about what happens when the government receives their... So I've got to look at the name again. The seals of office.
Yeah, so the tradition started in 2021
Mm.
with Governor General Conor Novak, because it is something that it happens in real life too. When the government is elected, they get their seals of office, and that ranges from the Taoiseach getting one all the way down to the most junior minister of state. And it's just essentially in real life they also sign a book, I believe, and I'm not sure if it's a visitor's book or if it is the warrant appointing them. But I know they also do a cute little signature as well. But we just have the little seals. Um, it's it's very ceremonial nowadays. I will say that myself and my predecessors do it for the photos. The government makes great use of those photos. So, and it usually results in, well, depending on the government's attendance, it usually results in us having to char in lots of people to sit in for the photos and whatnot. But in the golden days, we didn't have to char anyone in. All the photos you see from 2021, 90% of those people are actually present. Which nowadays is a bit crazy to think of. Those are people that actually lined up, sat around, got their seals, and sat in for the photos, and that's a good thing. 2021 was a great year for Ireland, if you couldn't tell already. In fact, um, somewhere deep in the Pictures channel is Victoria E. Wright recreating a picture of Enda Kenny's cabinet, and I will try post that picture in general chat actually. And while I find that photo, I want Neve to tell us all about her time as Cian Corla.
Hello. I'm just counting votes. So one moment, please. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Sorry. Um, 8. So in the chair, I was kind of shaking. Uh, I was about to piss myself. Wait. Okay, sorry. I just had to count the votes. It was also really, really emotional because I gave my mother her oath to be Cian Corla and to take the chair, the highest chair in the Dáil in the Oireachtas. It was quite wholesome and heartwarming. And I will now read the results to my mother as she calls on me like a dog.
Well, this is the vote for Lash Kiancora. Again, this is for what do you looking at per. I'm very bad at pronouncing their name because a few words jumbled together. We have 8 tar, 2 nil, and 3 abstains. I am curious as to who voted nil. I would assume um Francis, but don't quote me on that one. Okay, we're being asked what this in right. You know what, Francis? Just don't watch then. No, I'm joking. Please
Dan, you
watch.
don't listen to
Anywho.
the critics, okay?
No, I am
Don't listen.
listening to the critics because it's very important what
They're
they
here
say.
to bring you down, and it's not important to listen. I never listened, and look where that got me.
Oh, hold on,
Okay.
hold on. The Taoiseach is trying to call a revote. Oh,
Oh, oh,
I don't believe there were any discrepancies in the vote. I don't
Would
know.
there
This is
be?
very odd because the government seemed to be in agreement that there should be. Hold on.
pardon me.
Yeah, I do believe that there should be. Oh, never mind. It was satire. Whoops. Satire. Satire. Um. There's now. Oh, right. We're now moving to debate on the nominations. Now, something I find a little surprising is Noah is the only nomination for Taoiseach. Now, I haven't been in the duel for a while, so I couldn't tell you exactly who was nominated. But I remember back when I was in the duel, I think every party leader or most of them got nominated by their own
Mm.
parties. Um,
Well, back in my day, when I was nominated, I think I was the only one. But on my first Taoiseach nominations, Donald was nominated, and so was Yuckwook, who was the lotto. And obviously, Donald was elected.
Yeah, so you usually find like sometimes they will try and propose motions. Again, these usually fail. I think in minority governments they're less likely, they're more likely to fail, but I couldn't tell you whether one has or not. Have to wait for Killian to get back for that one. However, we do find that a T-shirt nomination barely ever fails. With Mole here, apparently future Lash Kahirloch.
Oh,
Oh,
why the
oh,
fuck are so many people
they meant
crossing the aisle?
they meant
Ah!
Lash
Ah!
Caller. Oh,
Oh, ejection.
No, there's
Second
been
ejection.
no, there's going to be an ejection. Jan has been ejected. I believe that is a Labour. Yeah, the TD for January, not for January, for Shannon has been ejected from the chamber there. Oh, he was not in the. They were not in the group or the Discord. So. Now, Oshin's resuming his seat. He just realised that he wasn't in the group or anything. We now move to Taoiseach nominations at last. I assume Bo will be rising in opposition to this. Usually is how it happens. You have quite a bit of debate on it, but again, not always.
The hall is extremely empty.
Yeah, again, it's really surprising. I mean, Fine Gael hasn't turned up, and this is something that happens. I think Oswald, I don't know, he hasn't very much liked the results that he's seen from the election. He blames that there wasn't, because it was exam season, there wasn't enough votes, that the election was rigged, etc., etc. And
He
he
has
And
hasn't.
many
let
different
and
reasons,
let's
doesn't
just
Yeah,
be
he?
he
let's
hasn't. He
just be
hasn't turned up
clear.
today's session. He hasn't filed an absence, so I'm not sure whether this is out of protest. Again, it's all speculation, so don't
Yeah,
take it
let's
for
just
word.
be clear on RTE that Oswald must be demented if he thinks that Victoria O'Neill would go out of her way to schedule an election for when
Ah!
he's doing exams. 'Cause I don't know if he knows how democracy works, but they are the same gaps, and it has been 2 months since the
I
incarnation of the group.
I don't
So
want to demean or insult the intelligence of Victoria
yes, you
O'Neill,
do.
but when she was an intern at the EC around 4 years ago, Conor Novak had to teach her to count above 15. So,
Are-
let's not
oh,
pretend she's this criminal mastermind, okay? Like, back before Ireland had turnouts of over 105, she was still learning, okay? She was in there learning numbers
well,
and figures 1 to 10.
Trinity College Dublin and internships at the EC. You can burn the ballot paper. You
You
can,
can be the ballot stuffer at the
yeah.
Trinity College
That's been the
Dublin.
second advertisement for Trinity Dublin College.
Neve, you need to stop. This isn't your platform to push your business
No, I pushed it. Don't
interests.
worry.
Yeah, it is, Sissy. I'm sponsored by RT Election Night. I'm on the
Who's the
RT
guy dressed as
board.
the Vatican
Oh, that's
That's
Jay
JJ.
Murta.
That's it. Oh wait, no. Oh,
I like
He
him. Can we
he
promote
he
him?
is the minister. He's the
well, I
proposed
bet.
minister for communities. So I believe we may be seeing a lot more of him.
Very sectarian for the communities minister. Very sectarian.
Gag. We were in Armagh yesterday, and I watched him get shot about 12 times.
Oh,
It's okay.
that
That's what it
county
takes to win.
something. We need better Garda and everything. It's not. It's
Wait,
not
Dan,
looking good.
can we get a zoom in, a visual on the Cian Corla's lips, please? Because this is the first Cian Corla to openly have Botox.
What is that?
Unfortunately, her breasts were removed before
Okay.
the sitting of
This is on YouTube.
the night. No.
You need to zoom in on his chest
Francis
there
is
for some
now
reason.
saying he had a second from Checkmail for a special nomination for Taoiseach that he doesn't believe was received. I don't think it was disallowed in the standing orders. Would it be able to go?
No, it has to be received prior, doesn't it? And if Jessie
Check me out
says
for Cian.
otherwise, if she says otherwise, you'll see her magically disappear from that chair in the next 5 seconons. Ooh, type your words out
Ooh.
carefully. Oh,
Oh yeah, girl.
that's my daughter. That's my daughter.
Yeah, mama.
I raised her in the council estate. That's my daughter. Look at that.
You know those inbred people that live in America? Have you seen them? They like bark at the cameras when they come to film them. That's the car.
There's an inbred family in America called the Whittakers. So let's just sit and
Ooh.
think about that for a moment.
Notification.
Let's just ponder.
Let that sink in.
Can we zoom in on what he's saying? For some reason, I'm 85.
Oh, Francis is asking for clarification on the rule where it states this in the standing orders.
Well, I don't have the standing orders on me, so I would just tell him.
Oh,
no.
I do. Because guess who sits in the chair? Me.
Nominations are to be taken during the sitting. I think she means beforehand, but we'll leave her there, won't we? We'll leave her there.
Okay.
So let me
No.
just before.
Also, someone has a Patty Lapone profile picture in the audience.
Yeah,
Please tell
I
me that's
know.
not your alt. It's
No,
not
it's
your
not.
alt.
It's not. It's not. I've
Who
spoken to
is
them
it?
before.
And
Who
their
is
and
it?
their bio,
Hello,
it's
Vadi. Vadi, will you come up? Do you speak?
and their bio is Madonna is a movie killer. I love this person. They will be
Vadi,
the next
do you
president.
speak? Vadi?
I'm orange. Vadu.
Oh, sorry. There's
Vadi.
now been a point of information or
Oh.
something like that. I am not finding before the sitting in the standing orders. Clarification in which rule specifically. It
Oh
She
reminds me of
no.
shouldn't
an
apologize.
AI when they apologize every time when you tell them they're wrong, 'cause they're usually wrong anyway.
I'm sorry, but she shouldn't apologize. See, some rules are not in the standing orders. Some rules are precedent, and I think different Can Corlas have so some Can Corlas ignore precedent because they say, well, if it's not in the standing orders, I'm not going to try to defend it, which is weak and cowardly, by the way.
You must
And
defend the honor of the chair
yes, and some
and
Can
those who
Corlas,
came before you.
just simply forget that precedent is okay, and it's okay to say no. This is just Oireachtas rules. Get over it. Like you can't.
Yeah,
TDs
because I think we forget the power
see.
given to the Ceann Corla. She can do what she wants at her discretion. She just
It's
might get
very
punished for
true,
it.
and we, as they say, you don't want to make a holy show in the Dáil, do you? You really don't want.
Resume your seats.
You don't want no, but genuinely, like for example, nominations before the sitting is such a good one because it's not in the standing orders. But if you don't, if you don't meet the deadline, the clerks just aren't going to table your nominations. So just meet the deadline then.
So I think this is a
Like,
nomination for Check Me Out. Again, I'm not too sure.
Oh no.
oh god,
It
didn't he get
might
two
be.
seats as well?
I
How many
get
seats
the
did Check Me Out
feeling.
get?
I get the feeling it's for True Donald, but he's in the
What a
shadowed.
feeling.
What is Reginald saying?
Killian, did you see
Lebian.
the pervert video?
What's he saying? He's just
Oh,
saying.
he's nominated Oshin for Taoiseach. This might be a this might be a move to try
Is the
and cause
coalition
division in
burning
the
down?
government, but
Girl, they aren't even government yet. We haven't gotten that far.
well, for the
I'm not sure
coalition
what's happening
then.
here.
The coalition's already collapsing. Hasn't even been a day.
Well, we don't.
Killian,
We're not
I'm
seeing the
confused.
coalition
What?
collapse
Who's
yet.
nominating? I'm sorry.
Oh, we've had
Is
Jackie.
Francis?
Oh,
the official nominations registered in the clerk's office. Oh no, they're not actually on here anymore because Lewis made them delete
okay. Sorry,
them.
sorry. There was a second. There was a second to that motion, not from the government benches, but from the opposition. I will note Jackie said she did second, but then she said it was a joke. So there's now a POI.
Point of information.
Yeah, point of information. Right. Just making sure I am saying the right thing. Been lots of points of informations in today's.
Mm.
I would hope
In
it's
another
not a trend
world,
that
I would have been a
continues.
great Ken Corla.
You
What,
are
as
you
I
were
say that,
you
I
were a
see my
Kian Corder.
portrait on the left side. Yeah,
Stop,
I
you
just
pervert.
realized. I just halfway
Just,
through the broadcast, I looked to the left and I realized I was the.
just realised I
Reginald's
forgot I
calling your
got the
portrait
vote. Sat in the
woke.
chair, took the oath.
I
Oh,
don't know
oopsie.
if I was the Kian Corla. When was Kian Corla?
It
Aw.
was before
Okay, Granddad, we're
what's his
going
name?
home now.
It was after
That's
Lynette
Chris.
and before Chris.
You couldn't see through those glasses. They're not clear. Babe, they're white lens.
No, they're not. No, they're not. They were stop zooming in on them. They were they were from a different
Is
time,
that
and
is that
So
why you were a
Donna.
bad Town Corley? You couldn't read the standing orders.
You weren't even born then, Neve. Don't make
Yeah, I
those
was.
excuses. They were
I was
they
there.
were a gener- You need to be a rebellious teen.
Sorry, how
I
old? I
was.
suppose this hasn't
Fuck
been updated in
off!
quite a while because the last portrait is Eamon. Eamon.
Amen. Naughty.
Don't know. See, they also just don't have space for it, and some people aren't
Yeah.
really worth a portrait. Like Krispy Kreme, I would take his down.
Yeah,
I think they
bye-bye,
should start just putting them in
backstabber.
this hallway.
No one goes in then. That'd be disrespectful.
I
That'd
would
be-
love more offices in Leinster House. I think it's nice to make TDs feel important.
Look,
I don't think
look. I asked Lewis to be a developer. I don't even remember what he said. It was something like, seriously, or something
They
like
need
that.
to
I don't
ban
remember.
Reginald. Reginald's walking in front of the camera.
Thanks with LGB.
I'm not
I've-
because Oshin currently is willing to state his opinion. He has the willingness to go through with using. Oh, I see what's happening here. This is kind of a
This
not
is
to be
naughty
mean.
backstabbing.
An amateur move from Is it Fianna Fáil? I don't know who is who. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
that's Fianna Fáil.
Whoever's performing this move it's a very amateur one because if they think that Labour backbenchers who are robots, all backbenchers are robots by the way, PSA, are just going to be
Sorry,
like,
sorry,
heck
sorry.
yeah, let's do this.
Cian Corla just said, and I quote, "Oh my God, naughty no."
I don't
But, like,
believe Labour Party has the numbers within the duel right now. I think the
No,
Social
Well,
no.
Democrats.
I know for a fact the Green Party is abstaining from any Taoiseach vote.
Well, even if this was possible, the idea that like half of Labour, the Labour caucus or the government caucus, is going to be like, hell yeah, let's do this, let's divide up the government, is a bit of a long shot.
I think a lot of
do
them would get
respect it,
fired
though.
too.
Yeah, they would just get
Ooh,
replaced.
give some a
This would all be
blow.
undone. It would just kind of delay.
Neve,
the
you've been
coalition
making me say
process.
that the entire day and yesterday. You got stuck in my head.
What's
Yoo-hoo!
been
Big
saying?
summer blowout!
Yoo. Okay, stop it. Naughty. Right, back
Oh,
to
if
work.
Corbyn was here. Oh, if Tony Hayward was here, Tony would
Tell,
love it.
tell me.
Tonty, is
Let me
Tonty
bring
Blair
him up.
behind this? Who's the fella in the suit with the smile face? in the
Corbyn's here.
background?
Why
Your
am I
wife
here?
is here. Sit down.
Wait, this man?
Tonty. No, the behind him. Look,
Fuck
who's that
Tony.
fella?
This one?
You
Yeah.
girl. That weave
I
is
don't have a
clinging
clue.
on.
He's cool. Whoever he
Why
is.
am I
give him-
here?
give him a raise.
Killian, stop sexually harassing.
Corbyn, big summer blowout.
Yoo-hoo, big summer blowout.
Right, we need to ban that one. Oh no, Carmen's gonna tell us
back,
off now.
back to the audience.
Oh! Why doesn't Carmen just
Kamala
join the
wouldn't-
stage?
Kamala wouldn't tell us off.
I don't know, is she here?
She wouldn't dare.
Bring up, say our face. Who do you think you are? Oh, I'm getting texts. Sorry.
Right, anywho, let's move back over to the duel now. There's lots of
Oh.
Go on.
I
finish
am
your sentence
I'm
then.
going to hope that this is a joke because it would be very surprising if Oisin is allowed to be Taoiseach.
No, Dan just wants to be leader of the
when I
Shannon.
was-
They can't fuck this up for him.
When I was first a TD ever, and this is 2020, and I was actually this is so odd. This is actually so odd. Fianna Fáil had one seat, and it wasn't the party leader either. I was also stepping in for the party leader. This is a weird coincidence. I didn't even remember that part. I was stepping in for the party leader, and I didn't nominate the Taoiseach. I nominated the leader of the opposition, and I just want you to imagine, for president of Ireland, by the way, completely planned, not tabled prior. He stands up with his one seat, not representing, just representing the party leader, and he goes, complete misspelling, no grammar, by the way, because this is Killian. And I tried to nominate the leader of the opposition.
did anyone second?
I believe it was Donovan or Moore who was the leader of the
Killian
opposition.
was
He
6
leader
years
of-
old at this moment. in
Prime
time.
Minister of Bloc. Okay, that guy was leader of the opposition, leading Fine Gael, and I stood up and I tried to nominate him, and nobody seconded. They all laughed at me, and the Cian Corla said, "Sit down before I stab you," and I had to sit down. And
Who
that
was the Cian
2020.
caller?
It was the first ever Cian Corla. He was called, what was his name?
This
crap,
guy?
It was yes, no, yeah, it was him. I have him added on Discord, and he has never added me back because he left Roblox before he added me back, and I can't remember his name, and that's killing me. I'll find it.
It'll
You'll
be
see
in
him on
the
the archives.
it'll be in the archives. Nominees will now be given
But,
2 minutes to speak. So first Noah, then Oshin. Again, I don't really know what's happening.
Wait, what?
Well, did it receive a second?
Yes, it did receive a second from not the government benches, but the Green Party.
Well,
And
it
was
received.
it tabled prior to the sitting though?
No, it wasn't
yeah.
tabled prior to
Oh.
sitting. It was tabled like the one for Oshin was done right now.
Well, this is the difference then between 2020 and 2025. Back then, he would have just been told to sit down or get stabbed, and now it's being tabled. Very different in mechanisms, but
Though to be fair, it's like I don't know. Again, this seems like a very big protest to try and split the coalition apart already. Now, I'm.
It won't work. Though.
It's bad that I'm debating whether this would actually pass or not. I'm not sure if that shows my lack of confidence in the government or whatever, but
Oh, you're being cynical. It's not gonna pass. Come on, really. Let's be.
yeah, but there
You're
is
not
the
being cynical. You're being
chance.
imaginative. There's no.
Um.
Look at the opposition benches. Turn your camera very briefly towards their
Oh.
benches.
Oh, well,
Emmy.
apparently the Green Party's abstaining. So.
Let's see.
Oh, I'm dying.
Again, I do believe there are more Social Democrats in attendance than. Yeah.
The
So.
opposition, probably.
No, but by the Labour Party. So apparently the Green Party is abstaining, and then Jake Mail's been allowed back in the door.
What? Girl. Who allowed that?
Maybe Ken Corder, one
Well,
of
he's
the
a member of the group, I
clerks.
suppose.
Ooh.
Sorry, I should have been reading another speech. He says, "I hope that all TDs, regardless of party, will do what's right and respect what the people voted for." Before thanking everyone.
You know, it's funny. In the 5 years I've known Epic Noah, not once have I ever gone, that's a nice avatar.
It's fucking awful. It's just like Krispy Kreme's dirty, stinky, cheesy, crusty little suit. His little
He
two
used
piece.
to, Noah's gonna kill me, but he used to be known for having a really ugly, like shiny, I want to say gold or silver suit. And he just never changed it, and I thought that was kind of charming, and it grew on me. But now he's tried to change his avatar again, and it's
Yeah.
sad.
It's sad, honey. You look like you're going to a swingers party.
Well, Bo
I
has
can't-
risen in. No, I'm not
Oh,
sure if as a nominee or.
You know,
I'm a fighter.
like I say,
I
Bo,
fought for Taoiseach twice.
I have so much. Yeah, I have so much advice for Bo right now because her life is in a horrible trajectory.
I
And it's
don't-
because
Oh,
she surrounds
wait,
herself.
one moment. Is this foreshadowing? She's a fighter, not a quitter. Oh,
No.
naughty.
I do
because-
wonder if she will ever become Taoiseach. I think there's a chance, but I don't know. She would have to do well in this next election.
Bo would
Because
be
she'd
a
be in
great
jail.
Taoiseach if she had a majority. But in Ireland, we don't get those very often. And if she led a coalition, she would call her Taoiseach the meanest of words.
She'd
But
probably
also,
start a
as leader of the
sexual relationship
opposition,
with him.
herself with nasty people like Neve, who pretend to be her friend, but spend
I'm
hours
pretending the whole
insulting this poor woman.
Wait, what?
By the time this term ends, Bo is
Don't
going to be
try-
the most insecure, vulnerable, sobbing woman because of people like Neve. Tell her you're shit. I mean, you're bad
Yeah,
at politics.
And that's why she did well in the debate. That's why she had a cracker manifesto. That's why she's doing great now. Okay?
No, it's
not
why she can't
bullying,
survive
it's
in real
character
life.
building.
She has no resilience now.
You
because
need
you've
to
just
learn some
ruined
manners.
her. You've like flattened this poor woman who once
You've
had
been
a
ruined.
personality. You're making a holy show of yourselves.
Oh, Jesse
Oh,
just needs to
God.
stand up and do that. Jesse needs to suspend the doll for 5 minutes.
I
Bring
think
that over to
there's,
Jesse's face.
I think there's currently debate, or I don't know, but I think Bo was speaking a lot about how other party leaders aren't ready to become Taoiseach yet. I believe. Again, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if she is a nominee, or she's just debating. But
She's
I like
probably
that Bo
just a
uses
sissy.
grammar though.
oh, we now
Oh,
have.
no tie from the Taoiseach. Oh, very, very socialist of her.
Oh,
Wow.
no, naughty.
Very socialist, down
Sorry.
to earth, working class man.
He first
Wearing-
thanks Francis for the nomination. Again,
Sorry.
Oh
multi-party.
yeah, I'm
Sorry.
sure the government are gonna take this as a big PR win and then dismiss
Ooh,
it.
yoo-hoo.
But sorry, big issue here. They shouldn't have went with this nomination first. So whether this is tabled or not, they should always go with the program for government nomination.
No,
first.
Noah was
Ideally,
read. Noah did go first.
And what happened to the motion?
The motion was tabled previously before the session
Oh.
started.
Yeah, but did it pass? Did they vote on Noah?
No,
It's next up.
everyone's giving their statements, then they're gonna vote, I believe.
Oh, it shouldn't really work that way, but whatevs, lol.
Lol. Laugh out loud.
Lol. I like
I'm-
scripted Sid's pie. It's a shame he has such an ugly face.
Sorry, can we just talk about Oisín's outfit again? Wearing a blazer without a tie is like wearing socks and no trousers.
No, I see the vision, And it would work if the Taoiseach was wearing a normal suit, but the Taoiseach isn't. So it's
I
like
don't
we
think
already
it
have a
would work.
lot going on, you know? We already have a lot. Don't add to it. Just wear a normal suit now because your Taoiseach is not wearing a normal
We've
suit.
got the Taoiseach wearing, well, Taoiseach in waiting wearing sex dungeon
Oh
curtains.
God.
Let's
Um,
Neve, no.
That Sequatic can't take me down anymore.
Neve, no.
Oh wait,
He
just
will
a moment.
raise himself from the dead.
RTE breaking news, unrelated to the matter at hand, but also still relevant on the global stage. I am Neve Clark, your global reporter. Earlier this week, we saw Quiveen O'Neill, Neve Clark Eshkol Moore,
I'll get to the point.
who else? Victoria O'Callane.
Yeah, come on, hurry up, you
All of
woman.
them, we were appointed as the government of Gibraltar.
Okay,
Now,
lovely. Moving on. Oisin
shut
has
the
finished his
fuck
statement
up.
saying
Who do
that
you think you are?
potentially next time he'll become Taoiseach.
No one cares about Oisin,
I think
okay?
this is quite
Um,
important. We are voting on our Taoiseach at this moment in time. We now
Yeah,
have
Neve,
Bo
stop being
again
annoying.
rising, I believe, to debate.
Right. I'm just gonna sort this out right there. There we go. Anyways, so today
What a
there was
horrible, nasty thing to do. What a
Today there-
horrible, nasty woman. You've been punished, Neve.
Oh,
You've
okay,
been
she's gone.
badly
well, I'm back up.
punished.
There was a civil war in
Oh
Gibraltar.
my god, everything Bo
today.
said is tagging. Oh, this is so funny.
No! Israel, do Israel. Yam Israel chai.
Look, everything Bo is.
Get to Israel.
It's just so sad because she put so much effort
Oh,
into
she
everything
said
does,
Gaza.
and it just never works.
Oh, Jesse Rise. Oh.
It just never works. Wait, what did it say, Israel?
Mo stood up and said, "Free Gaza."
Oh my god, it's so everything Bo does is so true, but she works so hard at it.
I was warned in Ireland for, and
Oh.
I quote, "Watch your language." No.
It's
Oh.
happened again.
So I will quickly say the session has gone on for 41 minutes. I believe it's quite a bit longer than the previous nominations. Yeah, we're
bad.
finding, whether this is a
wanna
good
give
thing
it-
or bad thing, we are finding these dual sessions take a lot longer now. The same with the Shannon. The Shannon has gone on for nearly 2 hours, I think, at one point. So we are seeing longer sessions.
This is so ridiculous. Politicians nowadays lack like patience and resilience. These are normal sitting times. It's just because you're so used to 2024 politics where we would pass 2 bills in 10 minutes and go home and make like come on, this is a normal.
Okay, Killian.
Let's be really
Okay,
clear.
Killian.
Personally, I like it.
Something's
I like having a
technically
long
How long
session.
did it? How long did it take you to pass your bills?
Like one bill? How long did one bill take, or how long did
Yeah,
it?
because
like, a
there has
sitting one bill take?
never been, well, in my terms in Dole, there was never a bill that took 5 minutes. So I don't know what you're quoting
What do
here,
you mean?
honey.
Like, are you trying to say my bills take too little or too long?
I'm saying you think you lived in an alternate reality. This is the same place. Exactly the same Dole Erin, actually, because it's not been touched or except the portraits since its incarnation. And you think that you were playing a long time ago. This was 3 years ago, young man. Actually,
You
no, it
amaze
was
me.
last
You
year.
fascinate me.
You were
are one of
2020.
the few
Hey!
people
You
that
were
can talk
2024.
for 10 minutes
Sorry,
straight and still
sorry.
never
We
have
need to
anything
keep a
said.
focus on the duel here.
Yeah.
You were a
What's
2024
this
Taoiseach,
thing?
weren't you?
Karen Corner, before I entered the chamber today, I spoke to the
Yeah, don't listen to me.
that tree told me to vote for Tree Lover Bo.
I will
Whoa,
quickly say.
the
I will
game's
quickly say.
gone.
Whoever gets voted in for Taoiseach today, come up if you want. I assume that'll be Noah. So if you want to come up later, Noah, I'll be
We
happy
need
to
a
have you here.
Taoiseach that won't make a holy show of themselves. I will be voting for her, and I encourage all of you to do the same. I love this person, whoever this
Just
is.
FYI,
This is Leah.
fucking
This is
Leah.
Leah.
Are you stupid?
I
She's
hate
got
this
the
person
edges
now.
and you don't recognize her.
I'm sorry, what? Edge?
Lee.
No thanks.
Oh,
No.
honey, you didn't have to make it
We
sexual.
do not need a non-tree lover Taoiseach. Points? Ooh.
Ooh.
Point of order. Don't you dare point at me.
unparliamentary.
It looks like they're saying
Oh,
Oh,
Noah's been called to order.
Nice. Killian, can we get mods in the stage
looks
chat,
like-
please? Killian,
It looks like they're doing the Elon Musk thing.
Killian, get to the stage chat, please. I've just been added by Stephen CFC217 at
What's he
More. You sound gay, are you?
I think it's a DL, and you should say yeah. Oh, he left the stage.
No, honey. He thinks
She
that's it.
I think he was down bad. Oh God,
Okay.
we've outed him. He's gone now.
No! What a little sissy.
You
You-
sound gay, very gay tonight. Can you stop straight? Why did Corbin
oh,
react to it?
oh
Oh, kill
no.
Corbin, kill Corbin,
I
kill
will
Corbin.
say,
Killian,
debatably, that they are making a bit of a joke out of the nominations right now. I've got talking about tree lovers and non-tree lovers in the Doyle, sorry.
Oh,
And
Doyle.
so I'm not sure. People say Doyle and then
fine.
they say Dawn, and like everyone says it differently, and
Dawn,
they
just
moan
say
at me when I say it a
Dawn.
different
Doll,
way.
doll. And then imagine the second part
AWL.
is your mother's name, Erin. Erin.
Dawn Aaron. Well, Aaron isn't his mother, is she?
Erin is
Yes,
my
she
mother,
is.
and Neve is my
You
other
don't
mother,
know
even though
what
she
you're
doesn't
talking
accept
about.
And what's Neve?
it. Neve's my other mother. I have two mothers.
Well,
Oh, sweet Jesus! In 2025, I guess.
self-identifying woman, sperm donor.
Yeah.
It's gone so woke.
Sorry,
What
go-
even was
Killian-
Ireland's response to that affair? I don't know what's Francis talking about. Does anyone?
Yeah,
There's something
Killian,
to do with Minister of Foreign Affairs.
Killian, you're
Okay.
actually. I don't know why you're talking about woke when you're literally a cook.
Neve, we are on YouTube.
That is
Bold, take a time out now, Neve. No, time out, Neve. Bad Neve. Everyone say bad Neve, please, just for a few seconds. No, bad Neve, stop.
So.
What are they actually discussing, though? I'd love to know.
Oh, right. He said that the Minister of Foreign Affairs is known as a glorified yes man position in cabinet for decades now. That is in reference to Noah. He says he established Ireland on the world stage so it could shirk away the responsibilities when Russia declared on half the world. All the good those meetings really did on the global stage. He established.
Wow.
Sorry. What even was Ireland's response to that affair? I don't know it. I don't think anyone else here knows it either, because it didn't really exist.
This is...
Patriot J. Mert of Labour knows what I'm talking about. I want someone who would take a stance on as Taoiseach. It seems Labour might. That's why I nominate Oisin. I think everyone here should examine.
This is a
their
rare
conscience.
topic that overlaps with my line of work, and I just want to say, I got asked by the press. Where is? Hold on, I will find you. Exactly my comment on that affair. Actually, no, that's not it.
I mean, sorry. Whilst we wait for
Here,
you to
here
gather
it
it.
is.
Oh,
Go on.
I was just
well-
going to say. I do think it's quite. The Noah is already coming under a lot of fire from the parties. I do believe to an extent they think he is a weak Taoiseach. Again, I might be biased in this assumption, but from what I've seen, a lot of people haven't said that he is the figure to be Taoiseach, and that he doesn't. Like I said, he was appointed as Minister for Foreign Affairs. We don't really saw him do anything with it, things like that. So I don't know if a lot of the party leaders are in support of him, but it's clear there are a lot of Social Democrats and Labour TDs who are willing to support him. Anyway, go ahead,
Well,
Gideon.
this the president's comment to the press. I have a very exclusive
no one else.
comms line with the press, and they can DM it and be like, "What do you think of XYZ?" And I said, unlike our real life counterpart, we do not have a policy of neutrality, so I have faith in the elected government to speak out on matters of belligerence and aggression. Neither are the policy of a civilized, democratic, or legitimate nation. That being said, I don't actually remember or recall if the government ever commented on that matter, so.
Okay.
Hold
Did
on.
they?
Hold on. I want to quickly bring Oshin up here because I think there's a very burning question everyone wants to ask right now.
Hey, Patriots.
Are you actually going to become Taoiseach or even accept such a nomination if it passes?
Well, if the nomination passes, then I guess I have to accept it. As I said, I back Noah, but
So is this? Have you told Labour whips? Have you changed the way Labour whip to vote for you instead? Has anything happened with that?
no, I haven't. The government the coalition has sent out a whip, and that's to vote for Noah. If they follow that, then that's good. If they don't, then That's their own conscience.
So what
Well,
does
Oisin,
what does
you
your whip
are
say?
horrible.
What?
You are a horrible spokesman for the. If Noah was up here and he heard you saying these things, he would kill you. You're meant to
Noah
say,
is in the VC and he's listening.
Well,
He
"Oh,
knows.
he's definitely
Labor the TDs
feeding."
will
You're
be
meant to say,
punished if they
"You're
don't
meant to
vote
say,
for
I
it.
support the government. I would
I
never
did.
accept this nomination, and that Fianna Fáil are losers." That's what you should be saying, but you're not for some reason. Why is that?
Because I
Is it
want
because
good
you have an
bipartisanship.
ambition?
No, I
Do you
don't have an
do you
ambition.
have an ambition to be
Wait,
Taoiseach? Is that why?
Oisin, I have a quote collected from a VC the other day, and you said, and I quote, "I will be Taoiseach for the first part, and then I'll pull out the coalition once my term is done." So, do you do you want to stand by this promise or the one you made in the PFG?
Well,
Because right now
okay,
it's
listen.
looking
That
like
was
you're
satire.
pursuing your
So I
own
want to hear what.
CD building.
Let him speak.
That was satire. That wasn't true at all.
No, that
True.
was actually you. So you want to
Yeah, I
deny
know
it
it was.
now,
It was
but I
me,
will
but,
get.
It
I
I
will
was
didn't.
get.
satire, he said. You
I didn't mean
idiot,
it
Neve. You
literally.
Sorry, I thought you said
loser.
satire. Oh.
I didn't mean it literally. Like, I mean,
You know,
if
Oisin, I'm a big
if
fan.
Labour was to go into government, we didn't have the numbers anyway.
I'm a fan, Oisin, but you are a Samsung fridge.
Killian, you can
I
stop
have one.
glazing. You don't need
So
nominations.
I have a Samsung
I
fridge.
also have a question. A lot of ministerial positions have been given out in this government. I think there is an overwhelming majority of
Like
ministers
11 or something.
opposed to TDs, even in the Shannon, not in the Shannon, but like a majority of your
Mhm.
seats are filled by ministers. So, do you not think this could create some issues with having so many TDs or so many ministers? Or was this like a move by the coalition to just make everyone happy?
Well, I think it was a good, decent compromise for the coalition, so we could all form a good, stable government that works for the people.
Right, so
There.
okay. Well, oh yes, I forgot. These motions aren't voted on in real in the game. They're voted
Oisin,
on
is there a
Discord.
reason? Is there a reason you're not wearing a tie, Oisin? Why aren't you wearing a tie?
I don't know, I just copied Tom today.
Oh
Oh God, what did we do?
no.
Oh God, what Ireland? What have we done? Oh God, this is your Taoiseach.
Well,
Oh, God.
I'm gonna. I mean,
Either
how
haters
long do
gonna
these
hate.
votes usually take?
Usually 24 hours, isn't it?
It
Yeah, but
depends
they
on
don't
No.
how
usually
fast
last
it goes out.
24 hours,
Who
do
the
they?
fuck nuked me?
Stupid idiot, Neve. You
Wait,
stupid idiot.
Oh,
God.
I was
They
just
do
con-
not take 24 hours. They usually take a few minutes if the government votes quick enough.
Well,
Oh,
Killian, I
sorry.
think you're gonna be handing out some sales tonight.
Well, I will
I hope
keep
so.
I will keep
Killian,
the
I'll be there right by your side.
I'm going
Killian,
to
I'm
I'm going
gonna
to keep the
delay
stream.
the
I'm
vote.
literally council of fucking state, you numbnut.
Right,
Killian,
I
I'm
will be
gonna
keeping
delay
the
the
stream
vote.
open for until 9:30 p.m. If no news has been made at that time, then we will end the stream. But
Well,
I suppose we just talk
Neve,
about
you
current
won't be
affairs in
beside
Ireland.
me. Neve, you beside me. You'll be lined up next to Victoria and all the other dumb bimbo blonde. So don't say that.
I'm not a minister. Can I still turn up? I think I should be.
Yeah. No.
Dan, are you a former Taoiseach or former Ceann Comhairle
I
or
could be.
Cahill?
No, he tried.
Oh goodness. Oh God. I guess not. Bo wants to be brought up. One moment while we
Oh,
bring up
they're
Bo.
not
I
Well-
don't
sisters,
consent.
I will move down the
Hello.
Taoiseach for now. Hello.
Oh, hi Bo.
Well, sorry, before we even get to any of the other questions, I wanted to quickly ask, your party was reportedly going to abstain on all nominations. Is this still the case, considering you've been nominated?
Oh.
100%. We are not U-turners. We are clear with what we say, no matter what. We just thought if everyone else is nominating, why don't we just put it on the table just so we could talk and represent our opinions? We've done that, and we will be abstaining on every vote. This is because it is the right time for a duel that can actually elect a Taoiseach at this current moment. I think there's a lot of dodgy deals behind, and I think we need to reflect on what's Ireland's happening. It's because these party leaders are coming in, they're creating dodgy deals, as I've stated earlier, and they're doing something to undermine what another party leader was elected for. And I've never seen anything like this. I think last term when I was a party leader, it was a lot better. But we need to stick with what the people voted for. And the people voted for the Social Democrats and the Labour Party. They were the top two. So they should form a coalition and they should let the Green Party represent them in opposition. And I would be the first female Green Party leader to assume the role as leader of the opposition. And the last time the Green Party leader was leader of the opposition was in 2021, and that lasted for 2 days. And then he went on to be Taoiseach. I've already served as Taoiseach, and what I want to
He
do
was a great
is,
guy, by the way. He was
yeah,
a lovely human being.
Who
So,
the
I'm
fuck
sure
is
he will.
Ian?
hold on, are you not
And
going to be a junior partner in any coalition then? It's say like next term, whatever.
we are a well-respected party. I think. Hold on, we are going to come out fighting and come out with policies that people want to see. We are not going to rush out and tell the public things that are not true just so that we can win votes. This is not about winning the election. It's about fixing our country. And I think that's what I want to do next term. But I want to hold the responsibility of leader of the opposition in Dáil Éireann until it's dissolved for the next election. So my job as leader of the opposition would be to come up with answers and solutions, but to also let people know that we get it. We understand that you may not like the government, and that's why we're giving you an alternative, and that's why we're going to be a strong opposition that attends frequently to the Dáil and holds the government to account.
Sorry to
I've
interrupt
already
you there, but you tend to go on these tangents that last a while, so apologies if I
Oh,
do
Yeah,
interrupt you during
Jesus
these.
Christ,
But
Paul, oh my God.
no,
There are
there's
some
nothing
things that can
against
be
you,
said
but
in
we
less
have
than 2
questions to
sentences.
ask.
you can
I
ask
see.
questions.
What are your opinions on the composition of the government, with the supposed government that was released in the programme for government?
I've briefly skimmed through it. I think Epic Noah. I think in the eyes of the electorate, he is the right person for Taoiseach. He does have the most votes. Not everyone votes for the individual candidate to be Taoiseach, though. So I do understand why other opposition parties have nominated Oisin to be leader, but I think there's something dodgy going on back there. I don't know the
Hold
gist of it,
on. You said you
but
understand why opposition parties have nominated other people to be Taoiseach. Why do you understand Fianna Fáil, not even the party leader, by the way, a random TD, to be why? What's your understanding of a random Fianna Fáil TD to be nominating Oisin? Why do you think that might be okay?
I think he's doing it to cause chaos. You know what they understand that the boat of government has already been wrecked when the Labour Party started shooting cannons at the Social Democrats in the election, and I think they're going to completely flip the boat over, and it's going to be a new boat, and
Well,
it's going to be
all
red and
metaphors
it's going to be
aside,
dark.
all metaphors aside, you said you understand members of the opposition nominating other TDs. What's your appreciation for Fianna Fáil nominating Oisin?
Well, I think there was a really small difference between the votes, and I think if you actually put Fianna Fáil and Labour's votes together, I think it equates to something like that with the Social Democrats. So I think they're thinking that the electorate wouldn't mind
Just
if
underneath
they nominated someone from
Democrats by
Taoiseach,
about five.
because
It's below the Social Democrats by about 5 votes if you combine Fianna Fáil and Labour.
well, it's not a big margin, and I'm sure that Fine Gael would have some association with that. And I think what they're doing is, I think they're trying to expose the two-faced perspective of Labour, how they were in a government that was so-called delivering renewal, and they've understood that they've completely rebranded, saying that we're going to rebuild Ireland. Like they weren't in a government. They weren't in a government that's already renewed Ireland. I just think it's something they're doing. Something they're plotting. I don't know what they're exactly plotting. I would love to know, but that is just my opinion on that
Are
matter.
you out of the loop? Is this not a unified opposition? Are you being
Well,
excluded
I
and
think
alienated?
I am leading this opposition. I am the largest party leader, and I am here to say that the Green Party have abstained. They just don't like our stances. We said we weren't going to coalition. They started begging me in DMs to coalition. I wasn't going to coalition. I told them multiple times that we weren't going to coalition. Now I've told them that we're abstaining on any Taoiseach votes. They're going to carry on DMing me because they know that I've got a 6-seat majority. They're actually respecting me now. But
Only
what
three
we
of them showed
need,
up.
pardon?
Only 3 of those 6 seats showed up this evening.
That is because the other 3 have had
To be fair,
IRL.
Aaron is graduating. Isabel is busy, so let's cut.
Woo! Well done to Aaron, by the way. Well done to Aaron.
Yeah, thank
Yep.
you for being
There it is.
respectful
Oh.
for once.
Oh, well done to my mother. I didn't even know.
So
Your mother graduating from
Mate.
college. This means you're still in the womb.
So that is.
But let's not dwell on that fact.
Well, I'm just interested that Bo has told us, has given us this facade of being a strong leader of the opposition, despite being kept out of plans to nominate members of the government for Taoiseach.
Well-
That seems a bit contradictory to me.
We have made our stance clear, Killian, that we would not change our stance. Our whips, my opposition chief whip, Isabel, made it clear that we were abstaining on this vote no matter what. And we intend to stick by it. What the other opposition parties want to do with their votes, that's up to them. But we are clear that we will not be proposing anyone for Taoiseach, as we believe that the Green Party needs a lovely term in opposition, needs to get some accountability and just some delivery, and then we
Fair
can
response.
enter government. And we think that we're in the best possible position if we abstain and not elect a Taoiseach.
That's a good response. I have to admit that is a great response. How many
She's-
terms
Can
have
I-
you been in opposition?
Can I just go back to what I've said? I said in my speech that you were pointing out how I kept on tagging. My speech was talking about basically how it was an honour to assume my role, but I was also talking about that we need to remember not to rush out. We need to stop thinking about winning the election and fixing our country. That no other party actually wants to fix this country like the Green Party does. You know, we set out plans that Ireland should be a home, not a hotel. We intend to see it through.
Can I ask, what did you mean by that slogan?
So I've said it before. When I was running for Taoiseach the first time, I said that contribution is so low. And we all know what sectors rely on contribution, our communities, other areas. And
Sorry,
what we,
Bo, may I interrupt? Can you get your TDs to fucking vote right now? Thank you.
well, I'm just about to tell them to, but I was just reading off my notes.
You haven't
um,
gone there.
But
I'm
we need-
fascinated. Continue.
but Ireland is our home. We need to defend it. We need to cherish it. People are so ungrateful sometimes about it. They don't actually want to contribute to Ireland. You know, we need more people in public service. We need more people running businesses. And that's not what's happening. And that's not what's happened. You can't have a workplace relations commission without an active workplace. And that is one of my key criticisms of the Social Democrat government. And it's something I will constantly bring up, like Miss Badenoch has, as it's something that we should really focus on. But the government last term had no answers to what our questions is. So our questions are going to be stronger, more in depth, and more specific, so that they can
Well-
try and answer. And because we've got a larger majority, we've got over 30 votes. You know, they can't turn us away, shun us like that they can with the other parties. And we're ready to see this term through.
That was a very strong response, but I'd love if we could hear from Checkmail. So
Okay.
thank you
Wow.
for being
Thank you for
here.
your time, Bo. Now Checkmail, leader of
Raise
Fianna
your
Fáil and the fourth largest party. Hello, Checkmail.
Hello.
Before you do begin, I'd just like to recognise the presence of Snoop Dogg in Leinster House. I think that's both Jesse and Seth, whatever. Anyway, we'll go to Checkmail. Is there any specific reason why you raised your hand before we do get to questioning you?
I don't know. I just wanted to be part of the conversation.
Okay, so your party has allowed for Oisin to the Taoiseach, proposed Taoiseach, to become Taoiseach. Was this something that you approve of and are whipping your members to vote Tar on?
At the moment, yes, it'd be a Tá.
And do you
Can I
think?
ask?
Sorry, was this before we get to Killian's question? Sorry, is this a stunt to try and split apart the government, or do you genuinely want Oisin to lead the country, and do you think it'd be successful?
I believe that Oisin is the better leader, after all.
But do you think
I'm
that
see.
the confident the vote will actually work?
I don't know.
Anyway, Killian, go ahead.
See, I don't get it. I don't get what the like. If you're in a position where you want to nominate someone who isn't Taoiseach in the program for government, who doesn't really have the seats to become Taoiseach, would you not just nominate yourself?
Sorry?
If you want to nominate someone who isn't Taoiseach in the program for government, like Oisin, and who doesn't really have the seats to become Taoiseach, like Oisin, would you not just nominate yourself since you're the leader of Fianna Fáil?
No, because we don't have the support for it.
I'm
We'd be
implying that Oisin
we're
has the
we're a
support.
member of we've two members in our part. Well, two TDs. After
Okay, but
all, we
Oisin
are in a
doesn't have
position
the
to be an
number either.
opposition member. We believe
Oisin
that
doesn't have
Oisin
the
is the
numbers
better
either.
leader of the program of the government. It shouldn't be an
Oisin
epic
does
no. It
not
should be
have the
Oisin.
numbers. Oisin does
But
not have the numbers to be
he
Taoiseach
has the
either.
better capabilities of being a Taoiseach
So,
than Noah.
could I
Well,
ask?
actually, no. Noah, based on the seats, Noah has a better chance of being Taoiseach than Oisin. I'm confused. See, your criteria doesn't make sense because if you're going to nominate someone who might not be Taoiseach in the program for government, but would make a better Taoiseach than Noah, would you not nominate yourself? What's the point of nominating the Taoiseach, someone who won't accept your nomination, and someone who is caucusing with Noah? What's the idea here?
What is it? You're saying to me why won't I nominate myself for Taoiseach after the first time you asked me?
Yeah, why are
It's
you
because I'm a.
nominating the Labour Party who
As
isn't,
I already
in an
told you the
agreement with you?
reason. I already told you the reason.
What's the
I'm not going to
reason
be
though?
going
What
in a
I
loop.
want tell us
I
what the reason
told
is.
you we believe that Ocean is the better leader. It shouldn't be Epic Noah
So he's
because
a
he
better
has
leader
more
than you.
capabilities. No, Ocean has better
So
capabilities.
is he better leader than
No,
you
I
then?
am saying in the coalition I'm referring to.
Why? But what? I don't understand why you're picking someone who's in the coalition to be Taoiseach. They're not going to ever in any world accept that nomination because they're already in a coalition. That doesn't make any sense.
Some interesting votes coming through. I'll just say that.
So interesting. I'm sorry, what? Oh. Killian,
I,
I don't know what you're trying to get to. You're asking me the same question over and over
I'm
again. I've
asking
gave you the
very
answer.
simple questions. Like
I've
you're
given you the
nominating
fucking
someone.
answer.
He's in the program for government as Taoiseach. Why would he turn around and say, you know what, screw it, let's all. I'm just gonna go for Taoiseach now since Checkman has changed his mind.
Well, you don't know. Well, okay. Do you know what? We'll go back to this question in about what an hour or two when the nomination for Taoiseach results are out, and then we can ask each other. Then
Go on. I have no problem. Go on.
perfect.
Do you miss Bo?
So is she?
No,
What is? Oh,
Do you miss your
I
enemy
have
Bo? Remember when you and Bo used to argue?
I have a girlfriend in real life, and no, no.
And does the girlfriend sometimes talk to you in an empty room?
Between an empty room.
Does the girlfriend tell you to do things?
I'm a man of my own capabilities.
Do other people see the girlfriend?
Oh, because I apparently keep her in the fucking basement. Is that what you're referring to? No, everyone
No.
sees my girlfriend.
Is the girlfriend an image in your imagination?
No, hold on. He'll get there. He'll get there eventually. What am I looking at on stream? What's going on?
oh, it's Jesse and again this other guy have become Hello Kitty. So we also welcome the presence of not only Snoop Dogg but Hello Kitty into Leinster House. Lovely to see some amazing figures.
Do they have a visa?
Probably not.
Nini, you tell him the thing. I don't want to be the one to break the bad news. You tell him what we do to people with no visa.
Usually curb stomp them. Oh,
You said that so. Like you're a member of HR. Usually.
Sorry to break you the bad news, but we're gonna have to let you go.
Stop them.
Well, I tried to bring back
You know,
fucking
RTE just told me. Go on.
execution, but you blocked me, you little sissy.
You can't do that. Stop. You know, RTE just told me I'd be getting a podcast. So Neve, you want to be my first guest?
What are we doing?
A podcast, apparently.
Well, I'll be building it, so I
Sorry,
guess I have.
I'm
Oh
getting a
my
lot
god, we
of.
can host it in.
So I
We can host it in.
I don't know what's happening.
Interruption.
Apparently we're getting like. Oh no, mind. Sorry, I can't say that. Anyway, carry on.
Of
We
course,
c-
I'll
we
be
should
your
host
first
it.
guest.
We should host it in Orson Uachtaráin, and I can. That would be
Can I-
so cool.
Can I be your co-host?
No, I'm not having a co-host.
No, I'll
because
just co-host.
You'll,
No,
you know
I'll
what
just.
happened to
No,
the
I'll
last
just.
show?
No,
We co-hosted.
you weren't a co-host.
Oh my
you were
god, the
two-time
nominations are being released.
No.
Hold on.
guest. No, they're not.
No, apparently we just got the server shut down.
No,
Nominations
no.
releasing.
No, they're not. I'm
Oh.
literally counting the
I think
votes
they
right
mean
now.
soon. I think they
About-
Okay,
mean
I
soon.
would hope soon.
About half of people have voted, and it's so hard. This voting shit is awful. I really wish we didn't have democracy at this moment in time.
Oh, I just realized. Sometimes I forget I have access. I do have access to vote.
Who the fuck
I
is
can
Keith?
confirm to RTE that Conor Novak has been installed as Eternal Taoiseach and TD for Kerry.
True. All the
There are
votes have
people
been written
lining
in
the
his name.
streets. People are lining the streets of Kerry right now, cheering
sorry.
and waving him on.
Eamon's in my DMs. He's typing something. Again, we're just waiting to see.
I'm obviously
slurred.
still. Probably knowing Eamon. Killian, I have ended up for language.
Oh my god,
was
some
typing
very
that
some very interesting votes.
Just FPSA. I have somehow ended up teaching Guelga next.
Wait, I'm confused. Something isn't going something is not right about this. One moment. Something isn't right about this. Something is not right.
I'm just adding in the not voted yet, just for clarification.
Something is not right about this.
Can people stop typing in the chat because it's moving up my thing? Sissy. Sorry, this is the most stupid way to do this.
Oh my god, it's
Hello.
Mr. Sunday! Former Cahill, who isn't going for renomination.
No burping. No burping on stage. Sorry.
Sorry,
that's a new
Neve's
rule
done
they
it like
just
5
added. You
times
can't do that.
already.
And I'm
No, you're
eight.
not allowed. They just added that rule, and you can't do that, Mr. Sunday. Sorry, you can't. You.
I didn't.
This counting vote shit, it's so stupid.
It's your profile picture from when Pope Leo was elected as a Fianna Fáil candidate for Pope.
Yeah, the Fianna Fáil candidate for Randigan City constituency.
That's a big constituency, one of the biggest actually.
It's actually the biggest, actually.
Actually, it's probably the biggest actually. Oh my god.
We have the biggest.
What do you
constituency.
make of him wearing the big am I
Oh,
looking
the
at on the
regal
screen?
royal robes.
What am I
no.
looking
The
at
red
now on
one.
stream?
The red.
What do you make of him wearing the red robe when Francis wore the white? Do you think that's
I think that's great. I love it. I
Yeah.
only wish he got crowned with the
No.
papal tiara. That would have
Yeah,
been great.
That's what I was gonna say.
Can
He's a
I
fan
just
of
say
Papal Tiara.
actually?
What happened? What
I
happened to
I
the
want
tiara?
some pomp and pageantry from the
Our
Pope.
RTE researchers have found that you were fond of Pope Pius apparently.
I was.
Yeah, apparently our RTE researchers
Yeah.
found that you were fond of Pope. Is it? It is
Pope Pius the 13th.
Yes, XVII. I think is that it?
No, that would have been the 16th,
Well, same
which
thing.
doesn't exist.
Wait, so I wonder,
Well-
what happened to the papal tiara? Or how it's said.
They just stopped using it
Oh.
because some idiots at Vatican II decided it wasn't appropriate.
Why?
Oh, because you're meant to be humble as a pope, guys.
Oh.
Come on.
So I don't know a lot about the Pope.
no.
We have kings and queens to march around with crowns on. That's not the pope's job.
Used to be, debatably.
The
so-
I'm
Pope
just-
is.
Do you think Jesus wore a papal tiara?
He wore a crown of thorns. Okay.
Yeah, okay,
Oh.
so maybe fucking Leo can wear a crown of thorns, but he won't be wearing a papal tiara. None of my
Well, he's not
watch.
Jesus.
Well, what is he then?
The
He might be
Pope.
a good
A
Jesus.
fucking Chicagonese cunt.
The Vicar of Christ, that's what he is.
Supreme Governor. Chief Shepherd.
Can we just talk about what's happening in the door right now? We've got Jesse flying around as a pink troll. It is scary. I don't know what's happening, but
Oh, this counting vote shit when everyone's chatting in the chat, you're trying to count the votes in. It's so hard. Hint, hint. Neil. Okay. Thank you.
Sorry, Pius XII. Sorry.
Killian had to Google the fucking Vatican.
No, that would be the 12th.
Okay. No, well,
XIII.
No.
That's the 13th.
well, I just went through your reposts and it says Pius XII.
Oh.
Okay, I'm just. This is what people are telling me. This isn't fair.
Yeah, XI.
okay?
God, bro. Pius the 12th, not the 13th. What was I saying?
I don't know.
Yeah, Pius the 12th.
I'm a Muslim. I wouldn't know. I'm a Muslim.
Muslim! Go back to Ramadan.
Go back to Ramadan is not allowed. Stop saying
Dirty
that.
little slut. Don't want none of your fucking Islam.
You can't say that.
Stop. It was in jest. It was in jest. Honestly.
That's a
Oh,
little
shit.
jest. Here's to the ladies who lunch.
Killian, I have some words
how did
about
you get up there?
TikTok.
oh god, we have
Do
so
you
many people up
actually?
here.
Oh,
Wait,
Danny boy.
Apparently she has words. One moment while I check.
Who's Danny?
Oh, okay. The
You know,
results are
very-
being
Hannah Puppy.
delayed.
Yeah, because there's
because
three
we're back to staff.
nominations. Everyone's voting
Look
differently.
at Jay floating in front of the camera.
Okay.
So
Apparently 9:25 p.m. is when we can expect results to
What
be
does it
announced.
say?
Eamon, don't worry about rushing at it. If you think you can get it like before, if you think you can get it shortly after
girl.
9:30, just saying. We'll...
As you can see, Jesse's here hard at work counting the
Yeah,
votes.
Tom.
So
yeah,
don't
doing
talk
her
to me.
job. I'm receiving assurance that we'll get the results by 9:25 p.m. See, this is very anxiety-inducing because we're not actually.
Anxiety.
Stop! Please stop. We have a nomination which could actually pass. They have 9. They have a potential of 9 votes. The Green Party abstaining. Fine Gael could actually be the decider on this vote, and their vote would probably lie with Oisin, making him and Taoiseach. But the other thing I'd like to mention is if they do abstain, then we would also be seeing no Taoiseach at all, because you would have the Social Democrats with 9, Labour and Fianna Fáil with 9, and then
I
the
finna be
rest
in the pit.
abstains. But
Oh my god, I love Joan Burton. I love Joan Burton. Oh my.
Kamna
Joan
is
Burton.
not happy how we have this troll on stream, but there's not much we can do.
Taoiseach, have you know? Oh my god, Joan Burton needs to come back.
Girl.
Mr. Sunday, do a Joan Burton. Mr. Sunday, do a Joan Burton impression now.
I can't. I've only heard her speak for 7 minutes today. I've never heard her before that, except on News Talk.
Actually, 6 minutes 59, but I guess numbers just don't matter to you, Muslims. I guess. God.
They actually invented maths, so let's not be rash. 1, 2,
Right.
Yeah.
3.
That's why we
4.
call the Pope XII instead of 12.
Yeah, sissy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
You only do
6,
letters. That's
7,
right. That's so true.
8, 9.
So we're getting word that the TDs are in the conclave now, and that Noah has been ferociously beaten in the center of the Sistine.
He has. I'm
Um,
here. I'm here with the cardinal of the College of Deans, and what the fuck did I just say?
What's the
Again,
cardinal of the
we're
College of
we're
Deans?
we're seeing
Well, that's the new
Jesse
role.
The Dean of the College.
flying into the camera, then
Sorry.
out of the camera. It is
Something.
very odd.
This is actually how we count votes. So she's
Why? I don't
receiving them
understand- no,
currently from a
okay.
beam. They're being beamed to her brain.
I'm so concerned. What's happened to you, Jesse? I mean, I don't think she speaks, but
Everyone is
trapped wind. Okay.
Killian, can you stop with your comments unless it's constructive? Because I'm already.
It's not constructive. You
I'm
people don't know how to
stressed.
do.
Sorry, shut your
This
fucking
just
mouth.
this just
You're not
in.
Secretary
This
General for a
just
reason, young
in
man.
for RTE. This just in for RTE. People, members of the Oireachtas staff, do not know how to do their job. They are wildly underqualified. Mr. Sunday, do something
This has
with this,
been
please.
known.
Spread the message and do something about this before I'm
I've been
shot.
saying
They're
this,
gonna line me
and
up.
Hey,
they doubled
I
the number of
didn't.
people there.
I didn't ping to call the votes. This is what I've been told to do, and to be honest, I'd like to keep the pay slips
Hold
coming.
on,
So
Mr.
I do
Sunday.
mental.
So Sunday, are you back in Fianna Fáil then? Is that why you resigned? Or
I never left Fianna Fáil. I don't.
But you were
I was
Cahill.
always Fianna Fáil.
You had
Okay,
Cahill.
I didn't leave Fianna Fáil though.
Yeah,
I stayed in Fianna Fáil.
So you were
You
still a
can-
I was
party
at Fianna
member
Fáil
during that
Cahill.
time.
Yeah,
He never
you
left.
can
Yeah.
be
You
a
can
party
take
member.
the man to Fianna Fáil.
I
you
was
can't take
told
the
if
Fianna
I
Fáil
wanted to
out of the
become a
man.
Cahill, if I actually succeeded in that, which I didn't, I would have to
Yeah.
resign as
Who told you
chairman.
that? Who told you that?
I think it was like.
Because that's the rule for you. It's different rules for
Okay,
successful.
right. I'm just so confused about what's happening in the door right now.
Oh, please don't make me fucking have wasted my time counting these votes, Killian. You couldn't have kept your mouth fucking shut.
Oh, what's
Well,
killing?
Now
maybe
I've
if you just done your
counted
job properly,
3 sets
then
of
this wouldn't be
fucking
happening.
votes.
If you had just read
Maybe,
the manual,
maybe if you fucking had actual rules instead of convention, that doesn't make fucking sense.
Sorry, we've been told that within the next 5 minutes. Just want to reiterate, within the next 5 minutes, we should be receiving the votes of the Taoiseach nominations.
Who the fuck told
I'm
you
being,
that?
I'm being told that Oswald is the deciding vote.
He's actually not. That is incorrect.
Oh, well, I've been told
wake him
that.
up now. Wake him up now. This is a big deal.
Oswald has voted, however.
I am so
Oh.
Mr. Sunday,
confused.
if Mr. Sunday, think back to your nomination as Taoiseach. If some of those key TDs, yourself included, were actually cardinals, what would your where would you be based in? Okay, what would your different roles be as those cardinals? Okay.
What? What did you even
Mr.
just
Sunday,
say? What does that mean?
Yeah,
You
you're
were-
fucking not making sense.
We're going back to last. Is it last year you were Taoiseach or the year before?
This year,
It
you
was
fucking
2 months
idiot.
ago. You fucking moron.
You weren't Taoiseach 2 months
Yes,
ago.
he was. Killian, you need to get back on the meds, okay? Because I'm gonna have to take you home now. Because you're delirious.
It's just horrifying.
Someone.
Can
Jesse,
we just
oh my
look at the
God.
stream real quick?
Jesse,
Well,
no.
Osteen hasn't actually voted, so I guess he can Yeah.
It's horrifying.
ram it up his
Oh
hole.
god. Black smoke is pouring into the chamber. I think it's trying to symbolise that no Taoiseach has been elected.
All of
Again,
my DMs with Dave
I'm
are
not-
like Dave calmly explaining why certain things are happening, and then me just spamming in his DMs and making him feel bad about himself.
I'm just waiting for Eamon to say something because this is a really tense moment. If this was Fianna Fáil's plan to try and cause stress or like split in the government, I think it's worked. Because we are not. It's very confusing what's happening right now. The government, I know the government was pushing to get this PFG out for like. We had it written on, I believe, Monday, and it took I think it took to Tuesday for group staff to actually release it. 'Cause they were taking forever, but again, this coalition it doesn't seem to be going off to a good start.
This just in from Oireachtas staff. I was in all caps. I
No!
was told to do this now.
OSA!
Please help
OSA!
me,
OSA!
please.
OSA! You have breached OSA. You're going to
This
court.
just in,
okay?
that might be from
I
15k
hope
King.
you
That might
understand.
be
Killian, can you read? It says Oireachtas details protected under Official Secrets Act, OSA, secret. Do not leak
all
this secret.
capitals. I was told to do this. Wow, please help. Please help me, please.
Take you to court. Killian,
Sue
The
me,
president can
asshole.
actually undesignate
Oh,
stuff as
God, thank
OSA as well, so
and
that's
according
completely
to Donald
legal.
Trump, I did it in my mind. I didn't have to write it down. I just thought it, and it became clear. So
right, I've been
Right.
given corrected instructions. Oh, my master's told me what to do. It would be lovely if Kira actually, did her duties as a TD, but surprise, surprise, She's still inactive. Unfortunately.
I told her. She DM'd me and wait, let me get the DMs up. Oh
Because
no.
when she was
this is
actually one of my TDs when I was Green Leader, and I had to suspend her seat within
You know,
first week.
Me and
They made her foreign
we're a dynamic
minister,
duo.
and now they
Yeah.
want to make the foreign minister the minister of defense as well. So it's going to be doubly as bad.
No, there is going to be a
This
Minister of
is
State for Defence. It was decided in the
Oh,
coalition.
what's the point
These-
then?
These are my DMs with like one of my closest allies of all time. I'm going to be Mofa again. I said, how long will this last, I wonder? And then she misinterpreted my message and said, I think it goes for 2 months. I just stared at the screen. I stared at the screen like, what is this word? And then she just pasted the entire coalition deal, like leaked it into my DMs.
What?
Thank
And
you.
I just said, Kira, you're resigning after 3 weeks maximum. And she said, yes, to be president, question mark. I don't think she's fully there, and I think we need to... Can we get a welfare check?
Can we get the social cares dispatched, please? Anyone got her address? We need to get down there quick before she does
we've got a
something.
wall of Nicola Sturgeon in the chamber right now.
Hello, First Minister Michael Sturgeon.
delete.
We've just got Nicola Sturgeon plastered on the wall here. I'm sure Corbyn's very happy about this.
Is Tunti Blair... Yeah, can we get Corbyn up here? Just to
Is
react?
Is Tunti Blair behind
Why
this?
do we keep
Is Tunti Blair behind this?
we keep bringing her
You're
up
just
and then
gonna
letting her
you're
down?
just gonna put me down again.
Exactly.
at her again,
Keep
look.
putting her down. Let's hear what she has to
Corbyn,
say.
It's you. You keep putting
No,
me
it's not
down.
me, it's not
Corbyn,
me.
Corbyn, look at Sturgeon. Look at the Sturgeon wall.
Yeah, I know it's beautiful.
Corbyn,
Is Tunti Blair
Corbyn.
behind this?
Tonti
I'm
Blair's
gonna
not
send you
behind
to
this. You know who is behind
It's
this?
from
Evil
Vogue.
Pam.
Evil Pam. I'm
Evil
so
Pam.
proud to have
I
voted
saw her.
against the assisted dying
So-
bill today in
So
the
who's
Scottish
evil
Parliament.
Pam?
Oh, honey, you
Pam.
don't want to know.
Plastic. What's her name? Plastic legs. Pam.
Pam
That's
Duncan
what Mom-
Clancy.
No,
Pam
Corbyn,
Duncan
no,
Clancy,
no.
MSP, disabled, married
Oh,
MSP.
Is that the
We
one
do
who's
not
in a
call
wheelchair?
people that. Yeah.
She's in a wheelchair, mother.
Right.
Ooh.
So blaming
Naughty.
Pam, sorry, for getting rid of Nicola Sturgeon. Or...
Yeah, Pam
Tell
actually.
Jesse take a photo of Sturgeon.
And,
I
Yeah.
just want to remind people there's radio silence in Oireachtas staff chat right
so
now.
No,
it's,
I'm actually-
it's
you're
9:26
fucking
p.m.
lying 'cause I'm
It's
currently doing both.
9:26 p.m. We still don't have the results. Eamon, I can't believe you lied to me. Obviously, I'm joking. Yeah, take your
I
time.
can't
Daniel-
believe you've done this.
Daniel, I'm gonna fucking shoot you.
No, I'm sorry. Take your time, please.
I'm gonna count all the votes wrong, and it's gonna go on for weeks.
Please.
Some very strange votes going on. I
So,
don't really like.
I wanna quickly
One,
say.
no- Oh, Kira voted! Oh my god! Yay!
We're,
Oh
we're
my
not even
God,
allowed
oh my
live
God.
updates. Can we be informed of how many
No.
parties are like left to get a majority? Or
Don't be silly.
but like usually it's released like one party left to get.
Public service announcement. Chuck the Dollar, Australia, 0513. Please cast your vote. I'm waiting.
Oh my god.
No.
Let me.
Mark McKenzie. Wait, no. He's voted. Michael S. Who the fuck is Michael S. Collins? January. Dylan Hello. Ellis Gooding.
January isn't in the Discord or the
Uh,
group.
Oh. Well then.
January is
Yeah,
the
he
month I
is.
was
Yeah,
born
he
in.
is. He is.
Oh,
He's in the
oh,
group.
hold on. Can we let everyone down? We've been given results.
No.
No, apparently no. Eamon has texted me.
Where was I put down?
We will announce the first result. The result of Epic Noah. Okay, never mind. That will be the first result. But no, keep Mr. Sunday. Why were we putting him down?
Killian, you're not funny. You're evil. Get the fuck down off my
No,
stage. I'm on the board
leave
back
Killian
there.
alone. Bring him back up right
Uno,
now.
tres, cuatro, cinco,
No
seis.
Pam wall, please. No
Right.
Pam wall.
So, I mean,
How many is safe? I don't know how to count in
Killian,
Espanol.
would you like to give us a history lesson on Ireland at all whilst we wait?
What kind of history are we discussing?
I
Because
don't know.
No. If you want this, you apply for Trinity College Dublin. That's the only way.
Locked like in
No,
those pop
no freebies. No freebies.
well,
It's like when you try and read an article and it asks you to further.
well, I can give you the history
What
of
do you wanna know?
Fine Gael. as I did.
Daniel, you
on
said you had
election
the
night, anyway.
results. You said you made this publishing down because you had the results.
He keeps teasing me. He keeps going, "Oh, we get the results to you soon," and all these
Edging you.
things. And it's, yeah, that's
He's
basically what he's
edging,
doing.
he's edging you.
Stop! I'm a minor.
I had that
you're
thought.
being
Notice,
actively
no,
Anyway,
edged.
Notice how I
Killian,
thought that.
tell us about Let's take a look at the wall of TSU here.
Taoiseach.
I
I need
was-
Mark
Do a
McKenzie's
Taoiseach
vote,
on
please.
do a Taoiseach on the left because they're older. The Taoiseach on the right are like recent, and I don't want to
Right,
get
let me
involved.
do the final count and double
Okay,
check. who
give us the story of Victoria O'Neill as Taoiseach.
Oh my God,
Was she really
Victoria?
short time?
Victoria O'Neill was Taoiseach. No, she was actually Taoiseach for 2 terms, and in recent memory, she's one of the few Taoiseach to have been Taoiseach twice, non-consecutively. So she went into office. She beat me in a leadership election.
Seven,
The first
eight,
ever leadership election I contested was in Fine Gael, and she beat me. And the deciding vote was Seaquatic. So if you ever meet him, you can
two,
spit on him in the street.
4,
And
5.
she beat me. And what happened was, the moment she won, she geared up for an election. And she didn't have much time because James Akeson took ages to resign, like the lazy, lethargic man he is. And she ended up winning. She beat the incumbent, the Taoiseach before her there, Nicola Clinic. She beat the Labour Party, which had been Tom J. Whittaker's machine for some time. So she had done the undoable. She was very
We did it, Joe.
pro-British.
You.
She held the first Commonwealth Summit in Ireland.
Oh, I
And
swear,
it was
hold
hosted
on.
in-
Oh God! I just
Isn't that
deleted the fucking list of votes.
Isn't that map in Teither and Oireachtas? Sorry if I pronounced that wrong.
Well, there's a Dino Logs channel, Neve, so someone should be able to get them for you.
I remember in Teither and Oireachtas. Sorry if I
that
There's-
was I was ignoring the impending doom. happening behind us. That Commonwealth Summit was hosted later, I believe, so maybe start of 2022 or end of 2021.
Anyway, do continue.
But she held the first one in early 2021. It would be April, I think, or no, yeah, April. Well, anyway, yeah. So she succeeded James Akeson as Taoiseach, actually, and but she was rather inactive in her first term. Mr. Sunday, stop! She was rather inactive in her first term.
Okay.
And Benjamin Cosgrave, who we all know and love, actually better. So he came in, Labour. He had horrible graphics. He had a disgusting manifesto, and it is believed that he imported. I would agree with that theory, because what kind of sane citizen, active citizen, would vote for him? And he ended up winning, and like 18 days into his term, he went radio silent. So like things started to fall apart, and his Taoiseach took over, Seamus O'Callaghan. And like literally 18 days, he just stopped responding to messages, wasn't online. So people were like, "Oh, okay."
Wait, Killian.
Go on.
Do you have admin in the Oireachtas server?
It depends what for.
Are there logs for every message or only the absence request?
So hold on. So Killian, you think of the right person because after Lynette is Ravissat. Sorry.
Well, this is Victoria O'Neill, and she succeeded.
Oh, Victoria. Oh, sorry. I'm looking.
Yes.
Oh, I looked down the
Easy
list.
commissioner.
Whoops.
Yeah. Neve, I don't have access to any message.
Oh.
Did you say Victoria was Labour?
No, Victoria was
Oh, right,
leader of Fine
okay.
Gael.
Never
She
mind,
bet me
right.
in a Fine Gael
Got very
leadership
confused.
election. She succeeded. Well, Fine Gael succeeded the Labour Party, so that's probably what you're thinking of.
Twice.
But anyway, yeah. So she was, yeah, but she was then bet by the Labour Party after becoming Taoiseach, because her first term was quite boring and inactive. Ellen Morgan.
Who was that?
That's Ellen Morgan, former First Minister of Wales, and
Of course,
former
Jessie
disco
does that.
host.
Jessie
Former disco-
fucking queefs over Welsh First Ministers. It's actually weird, her understanding of Welsh politics, because Wales isn't even a real country. Let's be real.
Oh God.
I would like to ask about this big block of the Labour Party from the 28th of September 2022 all the way to April 2023 and even arguably to October in 2023.
Oh.
Argue
Yes.
with
Oh, they're making me rewrite the list. that
Because
I fucking deleted by accident.
Fianna Fáil has took like a very brief stint.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dermot O'Donovan succeeded Lewis as
Boo.
Diarmid was quite an ordinary Taoiseach, by the way. But he's actually the longest serving leader of the opposition, which is
Yeah,
not something to brag about for you in the
Oh, I
audience. You
should
don't
have.
brag about that.
I
I'm
should have just
surprised.
let
I'm
Eamon
surprised
count
it's
the
not
votes.
what's his name, Brian.
No, he's just
No, no.
Oh, he's
We don't
he's
talk.
different himself. I am very interested about this history though, because it covers like we have Tom, who I've heard isn't a very good person. And then it was Killian, then Lewis, who is currently a group of who currently owns Ireland, then Lynette, then
Killian owns
Ravasai,
Ireland.
and Kamna. All these people, I would say are well-known figures in Ireland. So like, I don't know, quite a lot happened in those over a year. So I'm being damned from all sides.
Yeah, well, bear
Oh,
with the Oireachtas. I accidentally deleted the voting list.
don't worry, it's okay.
So
We forgive you.
we're gonna have a brief pause here. Well, I wasn't asking for forgiveness. I would have just
Oh,
fucking.
Oisin is telling me I'm wrong
now.
about Tom, I assume. I mean, how was Tom as a Taoiseach? Does anyone know?
Killian. Well, everyone seems to hate him, and I actually made a nasty tweet about him once as well.
Well, apparently he wasn't a good Garda commissioner either. Yeah, that
Oh
that was
my
under
God.
you, I'm pretty sure, Mr. Sunday. Well, as Minister for Justice, that Tom was removed.
No, it wasn't actually because he resigned and then Ushin was appointed and then Ushin was fired and then Andrew was appointed.
But was that under you? Was that like under your supervision?
No.
Oh, who was the Minister for Justice at the time then? Huey.
What? No. We weren't in government when Tom was Garda Commissioner.
Oh. Did he resign after the election had been released?
No, he resigned
Oh.
like 1 or
I'm
2 months
confused.
before it.
I thought oh no, that must have been Tom who resigned then. Whoops.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
Oh. Oh
He's
yeah.
talking about when Ushin got fired.
No, I was talking about Tom when Tom got fired.
No, he resigned. He didn't
Well,
get fired.
didn't
think.
get fired, but I swear he resigned because he knew like he was going to be removed anyway.
I don't know. Maybe.
Oh. Well, I yes, I remember well, I don't remember it because I had left Ireland at that point, but I do know that Killian tried firing him because I looked back in the government announcements, and then Valorist
Oh yeah.
vetoed that. Let me quickly look back in VC chat. But yeah, it was again, I wasn't there for that time. I would have loved to be there. Like even if Ireland was very inactive, I feel like the current state of Irish affairs could have been explained a lot by these last 2 terms maybe, but I think anyway, getting back on to the point, I do like the history of Ireland because there's so much of it. Like you'd expect for a group on Roblox, you wouldn't expect it to last more than a year, but like this has gone on for 5 years, basically 5 years at this point. So and even longer if you
Well, I didn't
consider
expect it would take this long for the votes
previous
to be
murders.
counted yet,
Yeah,
Neve.
apparently we're receiving them at 9:40 p.m. Epic Noahs.
Girl.
But
Yeah, did Neve say that? The one who's counting?
I feel really bad for
You have 3 minutes left.
I feel bad for all the clerks under Eamon. It seems like he's like trying to get all these results out quickly, and then the clerks
don't
just
feel
aren't
bad.
ready. Okay, I'm sorry. I don't feel bad for any of the clerks. I hope they keep getting abused by
you.
Eamon.
Dan, you really lack empathy, and I found that disrespectful. Please
So I have
don't.
autism, which means I can't have empathy. Thank you.
No, we shouldn't. We shouldn't say that because you're labeling everyone with autism.
Oh, for God's sake!
also
By the
making
way,
sure-
Eamon, I'm joking. I'm joking. I don't believe you abuse any staff.
Kian. Who the fuck is Kian? And why is his name annoying me? What did he
He's a
vote?
clerk.
Who is this
I hate-
person? Can
I hate when
someone
people
join
don't
the
follow the
stream and
order.
quickly tell me who this? I think Jesse's put up a portrait of them.
Oh, is that no, that's Tiana Lee.
Wow. Eamon's just wandering around the corridors. I think he's lost. He's not very sure what to do. 'Cause, you know, we've got.
Well, not his job anyway, huh?
I would assume he'd be counting the results as well. I am
No,
very
'cause
scared. Like,
you have to DM the results to me,
oh,
so
I
you
see.
can't have multiple people count them.
I'm
Let me
very
check.
scared. Like, you should just like. You should do it like how we vote for the government. Just get them all to join
This
the
is
game.
very interesting. This is
Stop saying
very
that. You're
interesting
scaring me.
indeed. Not what you'd expect, anyway, or is it? I don't know. You can never know.
Yeah, that's the issue.
Oh, 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 oh.
Hello, big sum up. No, not hello,
Oh,
you.
The doll's
Yeah, the
collapsing in
door's
on itself.
collapsing. This is what happens when there is no Taoiseach. It's like
Well, I
We'll
think-
get someone up. Well, okay,
Oh,
I'm bringing Oisín up.
results are being released in the corridor. Apparently.
What?
Are they?
Okay, Oisín's going back down then.
Bye bye,
If a
Oisín.
nomination, if the doll fails twice in a row to nominate a Taoiseach,
We have to
the
enter
doll is
election.
dissolved.
Yeah.
Election.
So Killian, I was asking, what was that like big block of just Labour from September 28th to like 24th of April, then August to October?
2022 to 2023. It was Tom doing 2 terms. I succeeded him. I did 2 terms, and then in my second term, Lewis ousted me. And then Dermot.
Imagine.
I'll never
Imagine.
forget, by the way, like the activity. Imagine this huge momentum. When I'm resigning, there's momentum. Everyone's watching my resignation. It's like Ireland is really active.
Oh, I love that
You think-
resignation. It streams on RTE and everything. I'd love to do something like that.
Yeah, I requested the song to play, and then Lewis takes over, posts nothing for days, and his first post is like meeting with his own minister, Kamala, and it's like, oh, okay,
Gag.
Oh.
that's what we're doing, I guess. That was it basically, but yeah.
Sorry. I
elected-
think we're getting results. I think Eamon's coming out, speaking at
Ooh.
the podium. We're getting results of the Taoiseach. The nation is on the edge of their seats, waiting to see who becomes the next Taoiseach of Ireland, if anyone. Now, I think the main contenders. Oh, he's coming out. Okay, no, it's Oisin.
Who was that?
That's
Oisin.
Oisin Ahern.
Okay,
Oh.
it got exploded. Right, one of the nominations for Taoiseach has been exploded. Revoting will be happening ASAP.
9.
So again, we're just waiting for Eamon to come out here.
Oh my god, Neve, these are crazy results. I might kill
I
my.
know.
It seems
4,
it
5,
seems
6.
like
Where did I get 10 from? Where did I get 10 from? Because there's not 10 there. So, yeah.
so
Don't
the
get
two
Stop using specific figures. Stop.
the two people
Uh,
that are likely to become Taoiseach is either Noah, Epic Noah 1358, or
I wonder if Danny Boy voted.
Oh,
Let's
what's
have
his
a
name?
look. No, he did
Oh, he's
not.
in
Oh,
here
wait,
in
he
chat.
did.
We'll bring him up and ask him.
He did. No, he did. Stop
Yeah,
it!
yeah.
Stop!
Epic Noah, or his proposed Taoiseach Oisin. So I mean, Epic Noah is Taoiseach in waiting, so you would expect him to become Taoiseach, but we've been told it's not the results we'd expect. Again, Eamon is just edging us right now, keeping us on the edge of our seats. We're not.
Ugh.
He's just he's standing there, not coming out yet, but he should have the results shortly. Again, just trying to find
POV.
something to stop the
POV.
silence.
The person doing the results is on stage with us, and for some reason, is struggling.
What'd you say?
You heard me.
No, I didn't. Repeat it now.
Oh well, then you just need to get a bit younger.
Sorry,
don't
Neve,
you?
are you allowed to tell us if we
Right,
do
no,
have a
no.
result? Okay.
Evan.
Okay.
We do. Probably.
Okay, we have a
I
result.
don't know.
Okay. Right.
We do probably. I don't know. Official comment for Oireachtas on nomination.
Yes.
Oh, there he is.
Eamon's out. Eamon's out. We're getting the results now.
In front of the pink podium is crazy.
Right.
He said, "Follow me."
The drone is following Eamon into the chamber. Into the. What's
We're
happening?
following
Oh no, he was saying that to Jess.
Oh,
there.
right. Okay, I see. We're getting the results. Silence in the studio. Silence in the studio. Oh, Oisin is coming out. I don't know why. That
I'm
scares
frantically
me.
typing to get the right results out.
Gag it.
Oisin is coming out.
I'm allergic.
Maybe
Well, I assume
either
that
as
means Tim.
Taoiseach or or Taoiseach. Right, we have Eamon McGrath. Good evening. The door has voted.
This is like Eurovision.
Okay, wait.
The
Shh, shh.
the Dáil Song Contest.
All the votes
for-
have been counted. All votes have been counted by the parties.
We go over to our first jury.
And the result is as follows. Starting with Epic Noah.
Ooh.
Epic Noah is Tar 9.
Oh,
Neil 10.
my God.
Noah is not the Taoiseach. Noah has failed to become
Neil
Taoiseach of
what?
Ireland. The
Burn the
coalition
podium,
will
burn
not
the
form
gala.
in its current and 6 abstains. We have had the government. We've had
We
a
can't
government
see the
collapse.
text.
This was not expected for tonight. The Taoiseach, the proposed Taoiseach, has not become Taoiseach. We now have Oisin coming up to the podium to address the nation.
Black
It can
smoke,
be
black
assumed.
smoke.
It can be assumed he was voted in as Taoiseach. We're currently waiting. The Oireachtas are already setting on fire.
I'm going
He's
back to the
asking if he was
voting room.
voted in. Not
I'm
yet,
counting my
apparently.
votes.
Not yet.
Please
Why is he
Please
speaking
vote.
then? Oh my
Please
god.
vote.
He's saying,
Ladies and
well,
They're still
listen,
counting.
people.
Fuck's sake.
I've actually got.
Let's
his
just
vote.
get him up here to say this himself. I don't want to fucking.
Luckily, I did
Okay,
not
yeah, Oisin,
delete-
Oisin,
No,
if you
no,
want
no,
to
no,
come
no,
up.
no.
I don't want to hear.
No,
I don't want to
no,
hear
no,
Daniel
no, no,
reading.
no.
No, we don't want Oisin up here. Oisin, you go down. You know who we need up here? We need Checkmail up here.
No, no,
The
please,
person
let's just
I
listen to his
told-
speech.
No, we should bring
person
Epic
I
Noah up here
told-
because he's the one who just failed.
The
Hello.
person I
Alright.
told could not be done, by the way. I said that this won't happen.
Well,
And
hold
that
on,
it's a
let's
stupid
just
idea.
quickly reiterate that Noah is not Taoiseach. He has failed. He is not the Taoiseach. He is not the father. We have Noah is not the Taoiseach. So
He is
we're
not the
bringing up
father.
Oh, what?
So I was trying to reference the show there. It's all going through my
Jerry
mind.
Springer.
We don't know who
Felix.
Taoiseach is. Oh no, we've got Jessie now announcing something.
No, she's not announcing the Taoiseach though.
Oh,
so- 'cause I
after the
don't know
after the results of the second Pegasus
that.
test,
Jesse,
Oisin is
Jesse, go
not
to
the
cutscene.
father. Not sure if he's the Taoiseach yet, but he's not the father. We can
He's a
confirm
nice
that.
Sujan. He's a nice
This is-
Sujan.
This is probably the longest waiting Taoiseach nominations. vote
It's
campaign
not.
ever.
It's not. Honestly,
Is it not?
Yeah,
used to
It's
take-
probably
mine
because
used
of the
to take-
clerks.
Mine used to take till 11, but also the Oireachtas staff are stupid and dumb. But also, it's not the but they are dumb.
Watch your mouth, Gillian. Watch your fucking mouth.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, Kamla. I'm
oh,
sure
mother
you weren't
dear.
expecting these results.
We're in trouble. We're in trouble. How?
Oh, great! Look at this. The laziest director general and
The-
Wait,
stupidest-
wait, Cam, no,
stupidest
leave Cam
asshole-
alone. She's been an amazing director general, arguably
stupidest
better than
asshole in
you.
chief takes to the stage.
1, 2, 3. Stop.
Regardless, this is a very interesting development because
Girl,
we
this is
have
good as
essentially one more nomination to fail out of the 3, and we are going to another general election.
Imagine Bo became Taoiseach.
Kamala,
Or-
wait,
or
Kamala.
at least-
Kamla,
or at least
Kamla,
an
can I
election
just
for the
ask,
Dáil.
have you ever had this happen in your career where, like, the expected
Nope.
Taoiseach has failed?
Nope.
Wait,
No,
Oshin.
this
Wait,
is-
Oshin.
this has
PSA,
never happened.
Oshin, has Oshin
no,
Okay,
voted-
wait,
so
no,
Noah
we've
is
had-
the first
we've-
Taoiseach in waiting to have failed to become Taoiseach. Nomination.
I
Yeah.
don't think Noah is the first Taoiseach in waiting to fail, but he's the
Who was
first
then?
to have his coalition partner be split.
Vote against
Like this is
him.
like yeah, he's coalition prospective Taoiseach have failed before because they've been minorities. This is the first Taoiseach with a program for government and a majority to fail.
And the majority.
Yeah. So Hamlet, I really want to ask you, lecturer, since you're a lecturer at Trinity College Dublin,
Ooh,
in a
ew.
wonderful course, you're an academic. I
Yeah,
want
some-
to get your take on, let's say tomorrow, or in the next few minutes, I should say, the next motion fails, or nomination even, and Irelanders head back to the polls. We have another campaign. What do you
Irelanders.
see? What do you see happening? Who do you see losing? Who do you see winning it?
Honestly, the Social Democrats are going to have to campaign a lot harder to get every single last vote that they can get, which means they would probably end up peeling voters away from the Greens, potentially Fine Gael and Labour.
Sorry, individual votes have been posted. I'm so sorry. We do not have a Taoiseach.
or-
No, hold on, wait, do we? No, never mind.
or
It was just
Epic
Epic Noah.
Noah.
It was just Epic Noah.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Girl.
I thought that was for all of them. Never mind. Carry on.
Okay, fade back.
Daniel,
Yeah.
Daniel, when you see the ping, breathe, read, and then announce.
Yeah, sorry. Well, it is important that we could be seeing the next. Anyway, just carry on.
It is important. It is important. I'm
Anyway,
getting word in here that
so yeah, I
not
was
the
saying,
cop
so
are not
the Social
competent enough
Democrats
with
have to
emojis.
campaign. The Social Democrats have to go for a majority or nothing if they want to govern, which means they'll have to take votes from everybody else. Now, from my point of view, I see this as potentially the resurgence of Labor, because Labor could peel its way from the Social Democrats and say, "Hey, this guy couldn't win a simple confidence vote. Vote for us instead." And the Greens could do the same thing as well if Bo wants to get out of the opposition. But regardless, we have one more round of this, and we're going straight to another doll election because the Senate was elected for a 4-month term. We're not cutting their term by a week just for another election for them. So the doll needs to basically check themselves because we are entering into unprecedented territory at this
So
point.
this has never happened in Ireland before. Like, we haven't had. Have we gone to the polls like days after an election has already happened?
I think the shortest was.
So, oh, okay.
The
we're getting
music.
more music. So I think we're getting the next result.
Could you turn the music down if it's in game, please,
Sorry,
so
yeah,
we can
let me turn it down.
quickly before Jesse says anything else.
The clerk can announce. Tags. In the case of Oisin, a Taoiseach has not been elected. We have black smoke. There is no Taoiseach. We were expected. The president was expected to give
satire. That's
Oh,
satire.
okay, never
That's
mind.
not correct.
Okay, you can mute the music because Jesse is being Jesse at this point.
I'm actually fucking.
Oh, she's lying.
Yeah,
Amna
just-
famously has a hatred of Jesse because
So what?
Kamala
Yeah,
Anyway.
what was the shortest government?
anti-fun.
Shortest government, I believe, was between 14 and 18 days. Is that all right, Killian?
It could be mine. No, because
'Cause-
no,
No, like a
normally-
full
normally-
term, not like individual governments.
'Cause
but like
normally we
from
get, like-
voting and then voting again.
Oh, probably a month, 3 weeks.
So yeah, this could be the first time like we've gone straight from an election
we would
to
have
another
to.
one.
Wait, let me check the archive because
you mean
we
Dalton?
keep
You mean
track of
Dalton?
these. The shortest, yeah, between opening and dissolution.
Yeah,
Let me
between
check.
2 elections. That's Doll term.
Yeah, hold on. We have this stuff written down. Just give me a second. Let me find it.
Go through the archives, girl.
1, 2, 3.
I still
4,
find it
5,
crazy how the
7,
votes just haven't been released for September 2024.
That's not relevant. All that
Yeah.
matters are the seats. Stop. Check.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
The deep state stands united on this.
You're
one.
asking a lot of questions. You should probably just put your head down and focus. You know.
Yeah,
Okay, okay.
Keep your nose clean.
I
Like,
remember
just
DMing Connor. Connor showed me the results, and I was like, why don't we just release them so everyone shut and then pretend it never happened?" And Connor was like, "No, it's a lot funnier if you don't mention it." Okay.
I mean, it makes me curious about how many votes there were.
1, 2,
Um,
3.
Doorbell. That's a really loud doorbell.
The number 10 door opens.
When Theresa May turned her back and went down the door and started putting her middle finger up. Anyone remember that? Just me? Okay.
Okay. I mean,
I think that's final.
I can
Uh,
say in the Social Democrats headquarters, everyone, it's not
Ow!
good. But the result of Oisin is being released at 9:55 p.m. But
Lots
why
of-
is Killian
No,
cut?
no.
Killian, is this you?
No!
This is you.
That is not me.
Okay,
That
this
is not
is
me.
not Killian.
It's like the Green Party fucking acceptance
I
speech
just-
all over again.
Look, do you want some insider information? So, I'm in a beautiful comms chat, and I'm not going to say who's in it.
Okay.
I'm not revealing anything other than one word. And it's the word fucking is being thrown around an awful lot.
Are you
Lots of swearing in
Hmm.
this group chat. Lots of unhappiness. Lots of
What's the name
unpleasant-
of the group chat?
He can't tell you because it's a political group chat and he's
Oh.
meant to be
It
impartial.
starts
You
with
silly
bracket
slut.
OSA, close bracket.
Right. I will quickly say I personally see this as a loss for both the Social Democrats and the Labour Party. I think both of them are going to lose seats from this
That's
election.
true. That's a very
I
astute observation.
I think the Green Party, Fianna Fáil, they're all going to gain from this. I think Fine Gael
Well,
might lose
no,
more seats, but
Labour could turn this around.
I
At the
think
moment, it's
Labour
bad for
has Labour or the Green Party has the best chances of turning this around. I think Green Party less likely, but I think they shouldn't be outruled. Like previous elections, they were outruled completely. No one thought they were going to get a lot of seats. The exit poll predicted 0 seats, and they're sitting here as basically the wrecker of this house. They are not forming a coalition. They have
Why?
a dis-
Why is Bo sending pictures of Kemi Badenoch in general?
Because it's Bo. Hello.
What's going on? So, nobody sum up what happened for Mines. Say something really mean to him now. Bully him. He doesn't deserve to be happy in general.
we do. Sorry, I just realised we have the actual votes. Oisin voted Tar for Noah to become Taoiseach. The rest of Labour Party voted nil.
I'm doing my final checks.
Like, yeah, so we have, just to read out the full results. Oisin, no. Mark Mackenzie, no vote. Danny Boy, nil. Jay Murta, nil. The majority was this was for Noah. The majority was reached at this point. Michael Collins voted nil. January, no vote. And defective Kean, nil.
Neve asked.
So I mean,
Neve asking what's this for? Girl, you wrote this.
so everyone
these are your
everyone is
names,
saying that we
girl.
could be going back to the polls. Lots of people are saying we could be going to the polls, but this is telling us a different story. We could be seeing Oisin turn around and tell all his TDs, "You need to vote for Noah. We're not doing this."
Right,
But
amen done, amen done.
yeah.
I think
Well,
so.
I don't know
I
if
need
we
to
would be going back to the polls if Oisin fails now. The way I would interpret that is that another session to try and elect a Taoiseach again would happen, and if that then fails and no Taoiseach is elected, then the Dáil would dissolve again, not
That
after
is-
just
you are so
different
right.
people.
I want to
Oh my
quickly
God,
bring up
if I
Bo because currently I think her leader of the opposition is being.
Well, no, actually, I would
Oh.
like to bring up Oisin because Bo is just.
Okay. Well, she
Yeah,
asked a
And
question.
I'd wanted to-
Wait,
I
shush.
No,
Voting
no,
concern.
Neve.
Voting concern. Oisin, where are your fucking votes? I can't find your vote.
What do you
No,
mean?
idiot.
All of them
Did
have
you
There's a
vote?
very important point to make.
No,
and
I
that
did-
is
I
that
did.
Oireachtas staff
I
did
did
not run
vote.
this properly. It should be
Where-
one nomination at a time, and then we go back to the next sitting. But I believe it's too late. I think they already opened up the two nominations at the same time. So I wouldn't be surprised if we get another fail tonight. Is that correct, Neve?
Oisin, wait. I vote. Oh, girl, wait 1 sec. That changes it. Please, Eamon, wait. Ooh, yoo-hoo, big
Why is
sum
there
up.
blood
Stop.
spraying behind Jesse?
Because this is the blood of Taoiseachs of the past. The
No,
blood
move
protect-
away from Jesse. Move somewhere else, Dan. Move the camera.
Okay, right.
This is going to be an absolute cinema of a performance.
Wow.
I can
It's
just
so
tell.
Okay, I think that's done. I think there might be some discrepancies in the numbers, but nothing that would change the results. So take me to
Please-
court.
please
On
release
what?
the results.
Shut
You
the
just
fuck
have to
up.
do it by the majority of
I
each
know it
party
is.
that
It
votes.
is.
So,
It is.
and anyway, we have a party leader up here. Oisin, how do you feel? Your coalition partner, he's failed to get elected. Your entire party, except you, voted against him.
I don't
And now you're up on the
know.
block.
Name
I
is spelled
mean,
wrong, you dense fuck.
My TDs have expressed their concern about the Social Democrats coalition in the past, but as you
So
know,
why
I
did
voted
you
in
go into
favor.
coalition?
You know,
Well,
maybe
because it was
Neve, let him
put to a
finish
party
speaking
board.
his
It was-
sentences first before you interrupt with these silly questions, please.
Yeah, it was put to a party board, and the party board had voted in favor of it, so I respected their decision. And
Did you vote in
if the
favour of it?
TD I did.
Okay.
I did vote in favor of it. It was
You made
reached
it
by a
sound as though you
majority.
didn't.
You voted
I
in favor
did.
of accepting the PFG or of not voting for
No,
Epic
I
Noah
voted
as
in
Taoiseach?
favor of entering a coalition with the Social
Oh.
Democrats.
And the entire party board did as well, but now they've turned on
So
that.
we have
Yeah,
smoke.
they
I'm being
not-
told that results are being announced when the smoke appears. Let me just.
Oh, white smoke.
Absolute cinema.
I
Oh
think.
my god, you're paying too much attention to what my child is doing. Ignore the child.
Okay, right. We'll ignore the child for now. On,
Killian,
on the vice of the president?
Killian, I got told you got invited
what?
back to the
Oh.
Whitaker family.
I believe this is off
Notice the
subject.
silence.
Off topic. Sorry. I'm gonna quickly bring up Bo now. I'm interested to see what she has to say. She is the current leader of the opposition, or proposed.
Hello.
Hi. How do you feel that you could potentially be losing leader of the opposition to your greatest enemy, Noah?
Well, I think the Labour Party are taking us for fools, and quite frankly, I'm not going to accept it. You know, what they are doing, they're making dodgy deals with Fianna Fáil, and it's not okay. Throughout the night, I've been approached by Checkmail and Noah to actually either vote tar or vote it down the nomination of Noah. I don't think it's the right
Who
direction.
told you to vote down the nomination of Noah?
I was invited, but I was actually approached by Oisin to vote in favour of him for Taoiseach and by Checkmail. And then I told them no, because unlike you, I'm accountable to 4 people of my party and I intend to put it to a vote. Unfortunately, we don't have the numbers to conduct an adequate vote, as we need 2/3 for a motion for a verdict to be passed by the Primrose panel. I am standing clear that we are abstaining. And what Oisin and his TDs have done, his whipping instructions are as stable and unsullified as a piece of shaky wood. You know, he's lying to Noah just because he wants to be Taoiseach. It's all about him. You know, they are not going to deliver anything. They're only going to serve their own interests. You know, I'm not a fan of the Social Democrats, but you know, I'm not even a bigger fan of the Labour Party or Fianna Fáil. What they are doing is undemocratic. The Taoiseach should be from the biggest party within the chamber, and that is.
Well, hang on. How is it undemocratic if the elected representatives of the people, the majority of them, have voted against this person being
Sorry.
Taoiseach? That seems like the democratic way of doing it.
Oh,
If we're going to
Mr.
talk about
Sunday, you make
democracy,
me
Mr.
feel-
Sunday, you really need to calm down.
Sorry,
You've been abusing.
no, hold on, right. Let's
All
get
All
back.
I've
I
learned
want to get back on
from
the point.
you
I
speaking
want
right
to
now
get back on
is
the point. Both of you, stop. Right.
decisive and quick action.
I
Sunday,
love how
right.
Bo goes on a long rant. Mr. Sunday points out like a little flaw in her rant, and she just goes, "You need to calm down." What?
Well, I want
What's
to
wrong with
quickly
you, Mr.
ask,
Sunday?
Bo, what are your thoughts on? Obviously, I've asked you, but I want to ask more in depth. Are you happy about this? Do you think this is good for your party? Do you think this will help you potentially?
No, because I deserved the leader of the opposition when Fianna Fáil failed to hold the government.
No one is deserved anything in politics, Bo. That is what a politician should know. That is what a party leader should know. You aren't deserved anything. You have to fight for everything you want.
And I
You have to
thought
win
I
the
won.
voters' trust.
I fight, and I literally fight every day to beat Fianna Fáil. Fianna Fáil, I gave him a free chance to beat Taoiseach.
I
Mr.
have a question, Bo.
And then he did
You got
nothing.
out-negotiated. You got
Bo,
played.
do you think that the hostility towards your opinion right now could have anything to do with your gender?
You know, I think it does. You know, Mr. Sunday breaches terms of service. He should be banned from this server. But
I what?
He's so closely
He was a
affiliated
breach
with people. It's just like having Checkmail up here.
But you're closely affiliated to the Green Party. We're not asking for you to get kicked.
I lead the party. I do lead the party.
Yeah,
I'm
do
de
you?
facto
You
leader.
have some strange co-leader arrangementship now, and you have a Primrose panel. We call it the Prissy panel, actually, and you can't do anything without a 2/3 vote.
Well,
what is that?
Look at the votes.
Are you a leader? You're just a
voted for
person from the Green Party now.
Well, Mr. Sunday, look at the votes. People voted for this panel. You
Well,
know,
I can't see the vote because your panel, they can't vote on anything.
Well, look in the general election. They could have voted us out if they didn't like the way we had a leadership. We said on air, on the debate, that we changed our leadership.
They didn't vote you in. They didn't
Right.
vote you in. But
We
you just came like
get-
third?
we
Third?
get
Is
four
that where you came?
Well, Fianna
We get
Fáil came
4
forward,
seats,
didn't
and
they,
we're
Bo?
I'm not Fianna Fáil. Okay, I'm here as an independent citizen of
You
You
Ireland.
are
said, actually, can we roll this back? Because Mr. Sunday said, I have always been a member of Fianna Fáil. I never left. What's...
exactly.
I speak on RTE in my capacity as the average Irish
Well,
person.
you have
Okay.
conflicting
hold on.
capacities and you should resign.
He started putting his hand
No,
down. He
because
actually
I don't get
came
paid.
from the DC earlier. He kicked me from the VC and put my hands down, but he didn't do that to check Mel O'Sheen. You know, Mr. Sunday.
I
you're
put them
so
down. I
difficult.
put Checkmail down when
You
he
did
came up.
not. I literally have. You did not. Do not lie on the VC. You cannot lie.
I'm not in the Green
No,
Party, so I wouldn't be
you
lying, would I?
I'll take you to court if you carry on. You are
Oh yeah,
lying.
are you going to show up to court this time? You didn't
You
show
are
up to court last time. Are you going to show up now?
I'll show up this time because I'm so close.
Yeah,
to
well,
getting
you didn't
off.
show up at the
Because,
polls
Bo,
either. You didn't show up for your
you
people.
show up when it
And
matters, Bo,
defended
don't you?
me
That's
either
why.
way.
You
So
show
I
up when
want
it
to
matters,
ask
Bo,
quickly:
that's
are
why.
we getting the results? Jesse, Eamon, are we getting results? Can I please be DM'd about this? Because I was told at 9:55 p.m. we'd get the results of Oireachtas, but we're not.
If you haven't got the results, then if you haven't got the results, do you think you're getting results?
Yes, I do.
Well, I don't think these results are actually valid because it's just dodgy deals from Fianna Fáil and the Labour Party.
I think votes by the representatives that the people have elected to represent them are valid, actually. I know the
So
Green
there
Party,
is-
we've
there
seen
is
it
a
right now
recount, there is
in
a
the
recount
past 5
ongoing.
minutes. They don't respect democracy and they go against
Well-
democratic ideals, but this is a democratic vote, though.
Sorry,
And that might be a hard pill for
Can
you
I
to
hear
swallow.
Bo's response to that?
Maybe
and
you
then
should
we'll
take
let
a
her down?
suppository, it's probably looser down there.
Sunday. Can we
The
listen? I want Green Party's response, and then we'll bring up Checkmail because I'd like to hear what he has to say.
The Labour Party went into the coalition. Then they set out a manifesto that completely attacked the government, and then in a last dramatic way to hold on to some power because he knew that we weren't going to coalition with him, he decided to go back to the Social Democrats just to backstab him, just to backstab Noah. And I think that's because Fianna Fáil and Fine Gael have interests of their own and they're trying to stop the Social Democrats. But they are attacking democracy, as the Social Democrats should elect a Taoiseach because they got the most votes. They have the most seats.
But they didn't get a majority.
Right,
They
thank you.
don't have the full
that's
confidence
enough
of
on
the
that.
dog.
That's enough on that. That's enough on that. I want to bring up Checkmail now.
Just let her
because
spread her lies
he-
unchecked. Is that what you?
Patriot,
No, that's not.
Patriot Checkmail is coming up.
He was given. You were both given the chance to have your chats, and
Sorry.
it's over now. I want to.
I had to
Checkmail.
interrupt for every chance I wanted.
What's Man Tissue's profile picture?
Because you are an RT presenter.
Yes.
Right,
It's
right,
my turn.
Checkmail.
Amen.
You
Amen.
have-
Wait.
Oh,
Shh.
sorry.
Please, can Eamon or whoever is in the game please unslock the server so I can join and jury the results?
Right.
Thank you.
But I want to quickly ask Checkmail. I think it's undoubted that your party has completely changed what we expected of tonight to see Noah to become Taoiseach. What on earth is going through your mind right now? What is happening? Is there a coalition with Labour?
One thing to say is it's absolute cinema.
Is there going to be a coalition?
Oh my god, you are so cringe. That was the silence after you said that is an indication of how nobody likes you because that is such a cringe thing to say. You should just give up. Oh my god, loser.
Will there be a coalition? That I think that's a question that's in a lot of our minds. Will there be a coalition between Fianna Fáil and the Labour Party?
There's no answer to that at the moment.
Okay, so I assume it'll be taken to your board.
To the great conclave it will.
Okay.
The
This
genius
is
conclave.
fucking crazy. Can we get all guests down, please?
Okay.
I just saw a wall collapse.
What is happening in the door? The door is not meant to... This is like that scene in, like in Encanto. So I'm such a child.
This
but,
is
like,
fucking
when the
crazy.
house starts
What
falling
the
apart and
actual
everything.
fuck?
Keep checking.
I'm
out
gonna-
that,
I'm gonna piss
Okay.
everywhere.
Oh my god, the chandelier's falling. Everything's falling. The door's not ready to have the Taoiseach in waiting
Mr.
to be
Sunday,
rejected.
I really, Mr. Sunday, I want your opinion on this. What do you think about the doll collapsing and late stage renovations not happening? What's that about?
Well, for the past 2 months, we've had these fucking socialists in Leinster House, and they said we can't spend the money on the upkeep of this historic and great building. We need to give it to the poor people. And so now we're left with this crumbling fucking
God, another
derelict
chandelier's
building, and we're probably gonna have to move to the RDS center or something now because they weren't paying attention. They were asleep at the wheel.
RDS. Back in COVID when Micheál Martin had his mask on laughing with Eamon.
Oh, we're being told to
Ryan.
evacuate Leinster House. Leinster, sorry. Is it Leinster or Leinster?
Leinster.
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 It's
sorry.
Limerick.
Leinster
Not
isn't even
Limerick.
Leinster isn't
Right.
even a nice problem.
Well, I'm trying.
Right, we have results.
We have results.
Can
Where?
we
Fucking
Where?
red.
Where?
Munster.
No,
How are you even
nowhere
talking
for
right
you
now?
to
It's back.
see.
It was
Wait,
back.
no, wait. Can
Shh,
we
shh,
please change
silence,
the colour of the
silence,
podium,
silence,
please?
silence. Right. Hello. So, these are words by Eamon McGrath.
Wait, can I just read them? Can do
Yeah,
it in a
go ahead,
Eurovision
go ahead.
accent. Hello. The Taoiseach nominations 2025 in May. The results are. Pause. I wish I had the Eurovision music, but I don't. So
Just is he in the room with us? Hello, Eamon.
I'm actually pissing.
Yoo-hoo! Big summer blood. Okay.
The results are Ta 10, Neil 9,
For who? It's probably for Ocean, and then we can
for
start.
Oisín Ithaca,
In the case of
Ston
Ocean,
Oisín Ithaca is elected Taoiseach by the Dáil Éireann.
No!
wow.
What the
Wow.
fuck?
Okay.
No.
What? We have white smoke.
Who let this happen?
Right. Let's swing up. Let's get
I'm
Where is
pissing.
he?
I'm
I'm
pissing.
expecting a
Can we have
motion
moment
of
silence?
confidence for
Can we
the
have a
next
moment of
session.
complete silence, and Oisín can deliver some words to the audience.
Yeah.
Oisín, tell people what you feel right now.
Well, I don't know how to feel. I mean, I just want to thank the representatives that voted for me to be Taoiseach. It was absolute cinema, I must say. I think it was in the best interest of the people, and if they want me to be Taoiseach, then I shall serve them as Taoiseach na hÉireann.
Well, can we ask
I
you
need
some
to
questions?
issue- But before we do that, can
Sure.
I issue an apology? First of all, this is not an apology to Checkmate every day. He is a degenerate who won't go far in life. Perhaps one day he will get into his Audi A5 speed because it's fine and he the engine, and one day he will slide off because it's black ice on the road down in
Sorry,
Yarrow where they
this
don't
feels,
they
you
don't
know.
invest in they don't invest in any infrastructure. And instead I want to apologize to Francis Butler Yeats. Francis Butler Yeats is the academic of this generation. He has predicted and anticipated what is possibly the
Cough
most
twice if
surprising
you
move
need
in
help.
politics in recent history. And I just need you to know that Francis Butler Yeats is the greatest man to grace the academic world of Ireland in 21st century. Thank you.
Glaze, holy glaze.
Right. Well, I just want to quickly comment. Oh,
How do I change color on my keyboard? Help.
what? So why was I muted? Who muted me?
Probably dimpled Robin.
Right. Well, these results are insane. Nothing short of it. The Leinster House, Leinster House is falling apart at the seams. Why is True Donald here? Let's bring him down right now. Oisín, you have turned your back on your coalition partner. A program for government was released. No. Let me finish. A program for government was released to have both you, the Social Democrats, and the Labour Party come together in a coalition. That's completely flipped on its head. What are your plans? Are you forming a minority government with Fianna Fáil? What on earth?
I'm not gonna comment on anything. I mean, I totally back Noah as Taoiseach, but I mean, the public representatives has obviously voted me as Taoiseach, so now I shall serve them.
Oisín, I just got word in there that a motion of no confidence has already been filed in you. It's proposed, it's been seconded. What do you have to say on that?
I'm gonna win.
With your minority. You have
Indeed.
angered the Social Democrats in doing this. You
Well,
have shown you are
Well,
spineless.
listen, I didn't
You-
nominate myself. I wasn't the one who nominated me for Taoiseach.
Well,
so.
you did vote for yourself, so you didn't go against it.
You did
didn't,
vote Tar.
Yeah, you didn't, because your single vote, Neil, for yourself would have stopped this.
This is crazy. You didn't
Um,
even have a program for government with Fianna Fáil or anything.
This
is like, I
has
don't even-
never
this has
happened
never
before. This
happened
is
before.
completely
So,
unprecedented.
This must have been premeditated because Fianna Fáil and Fine Gael have both voted in your favour, which is not something you can come to a decision for quickly. So you knew this
Oh, it
was
is.
happening.
It is. No, it is something you can come.
Okay,
to
so
decision.
you contacted them and asked for their votes. Okay.
No.
Well, so I just said this isn't something you can achieve quickly, and you said yes, it is, meaning you
Neve?
achieved it quickly.
Neve, can I ask for your presence just for a brief moment in
For where?
I'm going to ring a group chat and I need you to answer.
Yes.
Well,
Okay. Well, I'm bringing True Donald back up.
Okay.
Hello, everyone. How
Hi,
are
True
you?
Donald. We're doing great.
We have a fantastic Taoiseach. Congratulations, Oisin.
you.
Congratulations. You won bigly tonight. That was very wonderful. I was very proud. I had so many smiles, so many happy faces. Is everybody happy with this result? I hope everyone's happy.
Well, I think
The
everyone's
Social
just wondering,
Democrats
Donald,
aren't.
how
I can
can
tell you
you
now, the Social
reconcile the
Democrats
fact
are.
that Daniel,
Sorry,
I was speaking.
Okay, carry
It's
on.
very
Donald,
rude what you
how
did, Daniel.
it is. How can you reconcile the fact that you fired Ushin as Garda Commissioner a few months ago, and now you're saying he will be a great Taoiseach?
Well, you see, those are different circumstances. I think Oisin and I, we've gotten to reconcile our differences. I become a very forgiving person, a very nice person, I think. And I would like to extend a beautiful olive branch. I've been extending many olive branches, and it's been a two-way street. So Oisin and I, we've become quite good friends, I would say. Wouldn't you say, Oisin? Wouldn't you say?
I would.
Exactly. It's been so phenomenal. And it's like Brian said, Fianna Fáil is the most inclusive party in Ireland. We're the most tolerant of different opinions and such. But we want what's good for the country. So that's why we have such great success. Such great success.
Didn't have great success at this recent election, though, did you? It was a bit of a shame.
Well, you're not trusting the plan enough, Sunday. You don't trust the plan. There's there's, as the French would call it, le déluge. Okay? It's le déluge.
And what's the plan now that you have gotten Ushin as Taoiseach?
Well,
Is
I
Fianna
can't tell
Fáil
you
going to
that.
be?
I can't tell you
Oh,
that.
can you tell me in the group chat?
What group chat are you talking about? Would you happen to be talking about the New World Good Government League, which people aren't supposed to know about?
I was actually talking about the other one, but either works.
Well, people don't know about that one, so we won't comment about that one. But
Okay.
we are looking very forward to working with Oisin, actually. Very forward.
So Fianna Fáil will be voting no in this motion of confidence.
We will not be supporting this motion of confidence.
Motion of no
I don't,
confidence.
whatever the terminology.
Okay. I don't know where the other two went. I'm sure the Uachtaráin would have loved to speak with you.
Habemus Taoiseach. Habemus Taoiseach.
Very true. Very true.
You need to go get your seal now, Oisin, and you need to
I
appoint
do.
your ministers very quickly. You don't even have a program for government. Hopefully it's better than the one you just released with the Social Democrats. That one
It will be
wasn't
so
very good.
phenomenal. It will be a phenomenal one, I'm sure.
Well, seeing as though this has turned into a party broadcast, I believe I'll be ending the stream here. Thank you all for coming up, Oisin and True Donald. Wasn't the results we were expecting? We had the Social Democrats expected to come out as Taoiseach, Epic Noah 1358, and we end tonight at 10 p.m. 16 minutes with Oisin, the proposed Taoiseach, as Taoiseach. So now we just wait. I think we can expect Checkman every day to become Taoiseach, but we just have to see, really. It's all speculation at this point. So again, thank you all for attending today's stream. Have a wonderful rest of your evenings and good night.